Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. I'm not important, just a question asker. My name is Raheem Ajmi out of Atlanta, Georgia, but I got my brothers from another mother, but we got the same father on with us this morning. First on the line is LJ. This is Captain Leonard. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem and the Morning Glow family.
Good deal, good deal. Toussaint, Donald Toussaint, all the way from Mississippi. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Well, baby, how about yourself? Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. And this is Mr. Frank Logan. He's from up there. He up there for with the Detroit, with the Detroit area up there in Detroit, Michigan. Yes, sir. That's who it is. Frank Logan. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Morning, good morning, everybody. Good to be here.
Good to be here. And that lets you know right there. See, we covering a big part of the spectrum. Just the way we start off in the morning, we start off with a lot of we covering some area. We covering some land. We covering some land. And I'm gonna tell you somebody else that covered some land. The DMC convention last night. They covered some land. And I'm gonna tell you something. That the fellow that's running for VP, Leonard, he put it down last night. He put it down pretty doggone good. What you say to that, Leonard?
He did. I mean, he did very well, and it was so genuine.
Yes.
That's what that's what it's about. It's about being genuine. And you see, he has a life that identifies with the lives of so many other people, and that whole thing, and his experience as being a coach, and it was so cool to have those players come out. And when he talks about what motivated him to get into service, it was what he was doing back home.
Yep.
It's those students that inspired him, that want to be responsible for someone else to have the same opportunities. And it wasn't about easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was about working hard for something. It was about coming together to help other people. And I think that's the message that's always so missed when you're dealing with selfish people.
Yep.
You ought to be tired of dealing with selfish people. People so selfish, they'd watch you starve while they sitting over there with barns full of food.
Yep. Picking meat out of their teeth.
I mean, that's what is such a stark difference to policies and programs meant to help the people, as opposed to those just looking for an easy route, ease somebody else to pay their way. It's because at least if you contribute, the people who are contributing should be receiving.
Yep.
Not the other way around. The people doing the less still getting the most. It's that contrast of how we all may not be the same, but there's room for everybody. It's definitely enough room to respect everybody, regardless of difference. And I love the phrase how they just come out and candidly say, mind your own business when it comes to certain things. That's the key. Why do you have to impose on someone else? Why is that so important to some people that they put roadblocks in other people's lives?
Exactly.
Oprah did. I mean, did an amazing job.
Oh yeah, Oprah came with it.
Helped her with her speech. But that speech was kind of in your face too, directly,
And
calling a spade a spade.
yeah. And do you
When
think that's
people
the
with
approach they should be
billions of
taking?
dollars sit and
Do you
tell
think that's
you,
the approach? Do you think that's the
say
approach
that
they should
again?
be taking? Do you think that's the approach they should be taking? Because I'm loving it, because they're putting it right there in your face. They're making it where you can't deny what the
Yeah,
obvious is.
that's what the truth is about.
Mm-hmm.
It's truth. That it's not some brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's truth. The truth of the matter is sufficient.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you
That's good.
can't, if you got something against the truth of the matter, something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
was reading Albert Camus was an author, philosopher, and all that, French guy. And you probably have read some of his books as a required reading in school back in the day. I think one of those novels was The Stranger.
Mm-hmm.
But Albert Camus had a quote about he'd rather believe in God and find out he doesn't exist than not believe and find out that he does.
Exactly. That's good. That's good. That's
And
good.
it is amazing how people can't, or I'm not going to say can't, they refuse. It's a refusal to do. It's a refusal to be better. It's a refusal to accept responsibility and your place in this world and put everything on everybody else, complain about everything. Everything is awful. Try to make other people miserable. Are you that person?
Can't be, won't
Are
be.
you that person?
Can't be, won't be. No. Wow. Toussaint, talk to me. Did you look at the convention last night?
I saw some of it, and then I, old folks go to bed early.
Yeah. Exactly. I'll tell you something.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I say if you don't go to sleep early, you'll pay for it the next day. But go ahead.
I get up early. I go to bed early. Get up early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just can't see any other option, and I question others' option other than what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
I just question it because why would you want to have confidence in untruths and think you're gonna get somewhere with untruths? How you gonna do that?
It's tough.
Somebody said it like this: if you do right, right gonna follow you. But when you start wrong and you follow somebody that you clearly know that got some kind of agenda that you can't figure out because they're not talking about anything. Why would you, in your right mind, well, let me just throw it out here like this for free. If you out of your mind and you recognize that you out of your mind, should you go see somebody to try to help you out?
Seems you should.
I'm just saying. So, oh Lord have mercy. Why why would you want to even consider? I can't figure it out. Maybe I'm not too bright. But if I look at what we're seeing in the convention that we're watching now, and either go back to the other convention and look at what they're saying, and you rational in any kind of way, why would you even consider foolishness?
Yeah.
Over time. I don't know. Maybe I gotta check myself. But every time I check myself, I wind up with the same thing. It just don't make no sense.
Don't make no sense. Just like that. Don't make no sense. Let's go to Frank Logan. Frank Logan, what did you hear last night, sir? And good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How you doing, brother?
Hey, doing well.
That's good. I heard and I learned a lot. I assumed for whatever reason
the Democratic Party would not just confront evil with the truth. But I realize now that, now that they're on this platform, they're speaking to all these lies. Like, come on, man. That's a lie. Everything that comes out of your mouth is a lie.
Yep.
You're not standing on anything. You failed as a president. But here's the challenge. You know who's watching the Democratic convention?
Who's that?
Democrats. The people that believe in what they're sharing with them on Fox News and all of these other social media sites, they're not tuning into that. So what they're getting every day is more and more. They're getting radicalized. But once again, I'm going to keep beating this drum until somebody agrees with me. They're listening to what they want to hear because it fits what they want to do. These people are they don't want to interact with us. They don't want peace. They showed when they attacked the Capitol, man. That was brutal. 9 people died connected to that.
Yes.
9 people. You had officers, man, screaming and crying out for their lives. But you kept pushing on. They shields on their neck, smashing them in doors.
Yep.
Those people need someone. They put Donald Trump in place, and he allowed them to do what they've been wanting to do for years.
Yep.
And I said this 100 times. In order to have certain activity, you have to have a certain environment. And that holds true for anything. If you're cooking, you have to bring meat to a certain temperature. In order to have chaos and in order to be able to do what they want to do, man, if you listen to the numbers, and you talk about $6.5 billion that were donated to Black colleges. Okay, so if that fund gets eliminated, do you think that money stops flowing? Where's it going?
Yeah.
Where where's it going? They're not just eliminating all of these programs for no reason. You look at the ads now where different politicians are coming against each other and they're exposing, oh, this person has this home here and this person used relief funds to buy these cars. They knew that all along.
Yep.
They're all doing it. But now they're going to expose it because they want that person's seat or they want a particular place. Yep. Shame on Donald Trump for allowing people to use him. Shame on him for being involved in this. But man, the governor of Florida is much more dangerous than he is. That doesn't mean that Donald Trump is wrong. The people in Texas, man, and the things that they're doing, they said it last night. We cannot stop at the presidency. We have to win everywhere just to reset things.
Wow. Just to reset things and potentially get it going in the right direction. Leonard, what do you say to that?
Correct.
It's called work. It's work to be done. And it doesn't stop. And we need good people to be doing that work for everybody. I am always on the from the point of view of let a man examine himself, because that's what it is about. And that's why when I'm trying to appeal to people, it is not just for you to get involved in this, that, or the other, but I want you to be more involved and in touch with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you, those people who have so much hatred in their hearts for other folks, they got problems.
Yeah.
They have real problems.
Mm-hmm.
And these problems lead to things that disenfranchise and hurt other people, especially when you allow these attitudes and these characters to get into positions of authority.
Yep.
If you was horrible yesterday, you probably horrible today.
Ain't nothing changed.
What has changed?
Nothing.
What has changed? And you know, are there more people out there that can say bad about you because of what you've actually done, compared to what you should be doing? But at least some of us have been around those that say, hold on a minute, you may want to rethink that. Hold on a minute, have you thought about it this way? You know, like my mother was very, as a matter of fact, and leading by example and showing you examples. Okay, you think it's so great to be doing this, that, and the other. Go hang out with them for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had all the examples in the world of what not to do and how to live. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
She said, try it out. You love the streets too much, get sick. Yeah, summertime is so great. I'm from Michigan. Yeah, you think it's all great. But boy, I can tell you, when that season change, you're looking for somewhere to get in and get warm.
Mm-hmm.
But see, if you are not preparing for that, if don't nothing matter to you, you're going to find yourself in a bad situation. If you don't care about the people next door,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to find yourself in a bad situation. If you see it someone doing something that is not right to someone else, how soon before it's your turn?
Exactly. You next.
Who's going to make the difference? Who's going to do this work that needs to be done, if not good people?
Mm-hmm.
So it's best to have good people trying their best to do what's right for everyone in order for this thing to keep going forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they kept chanting, we're not going back, not going back. Not going back to what? Single megalomaniacs, white racist males who want to oppress everyone else. Everyone. If you were not them, they were trying to oppress you.
Yep. Yep.
That's what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
When they had the upper hand to do what they want, to do whatever they want and go before courts of law and get away with it. For people to always look the other way when they do something. To be able to beat the hell out their wife and the police show up and give them the look. Well, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they used to do things.
Yep.
And they want it that way again. And so good people have to get in the way, as John Lewis was getting some good trouble, man.
Yep. Exactly. Come on.
You have to get into some good trouble because it's not going to be given to you. Power concedes nothing but a fight. And so, you know, it's great to see where, okay, wait a minute. These folks look like they're all on the same team. These look like Olympians right now on the Democratic side in the relay.
Mm-hmm.
It's about winning for us.
Mm-hmm.
For us to be proud of an accomplishment of trying to do the best, working hard, training hard, and then getting on the world stage and showing we're the best at this. And that's why I am more into democracy than my personal gripes and complaints.
I love how he made the comparison to the football game. He said, we're in the fourth quarter right now. We're in the fourth quarter. And so, you know, what we got to do right now, we got to lay it all on, put it out on the field. When the fourth quarter, we're down by 3, but
You
we
don't
got the
draw up a
ball.
playbook not to use it.
Exactly.
Yep.
He said,
Everybody said we're gonna go play some football. And, you run out there and you play and you have fun. But when you really trying to win, you got to be organized, man. You got to have a playbook. You got to have a strategy, and that strategy has to be sufficient for 4 quarters.
Yep.
Not just 1 or 2.
and then the thing about it, I know Tucson don't do a lot in sports, but the thing about it, you also got to have another game plan just in case you go into overtime,
bro. And if you messed up them first 3, you got a hell of a fourth quarter.
Yep. Because you got to put something on that board up there. That board up there gonna tell the story about who wins and who loses. That board is gonna tell the story. Look at the scoreboard. It'll let you know who won.
There are some people who are on the team who may not even take the field, but they supporting the ones out there.
Exactly. Cheering for them. Come on, man. Come on.
When we fight, what they say, when we fight, we win.
That's right.
But you can't win just sitting around doing nothing, talking trash. I'm going into a situation, in a forum in the community where, I'm sensing the what's to come. And I noticed that my views and points of view are at odds with some people as it relates to voting. Oh, black men, I'm coming for you.
Exactly. And watch this. And Tucson, let me ask you this question. Tucson, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Tucson, let me ask you this. You ran track. You know track very well. The 440 is when you run around the track one time, right? The 440 relay. Yeah. Okay. Now, if we running the 440, it's 6 of us out there, you included. Now you pretty fast. Running the 440. They say on your mark, everybody get on the mark. Get set. Lift the gun and shoot. Bow. And everybody take off running. Except Tucson. He just sitting there. He tying his shoe. He looking around, waving at the people. Just gesturing all over the place, waving at the people. But in the meantime, everybody else is running. They get to that first turn and they're going around the first turn. And you look up, you look at them, you say, okay. They go a little past it. They go on the first straightaway. And you say, okay. And you take off running. You run around the first curve, but by this time, they're going around that second curve. They coming into the straightaway. Tucson, what are your chances of winning that race? Now, all y'all pretty much on the same level in regards to speed. What are your chances of winning that race?
The only thing that if you gonna win, you can't even win if you're running against kindergarten.
Come on. Yeah,
you can't. I mean, it's almost impossible for anybody to come to the point where you think that you're gonna have any chance. What in the world? If they start off and they in the back stretch, in order for you to be able to compete in any kind of way, you got to cut across the field, and that's illegal.
Yeah. And see, and my
they disqualify.
Yeah.
You disqualify. There's an art of running the 400. You say 440.
440.
They ain't ran the 440 in years. It's a tactical race. Everybody can't run it.
Yeah.
Some people pass out running that.
Yeah.
You don't start off and think about, I got to run around the whole track. Just start off slow. You're gonna lose. You might as well get off the track.
Yeah.
You got to start the 440 like you're running the 100. For real.
Wow.
Especially if you're in the 8th lane. Don't worry about nobody else. You run against the clock.
Yeah.
Period. I think tactically, I think that's the word.
Mm-hmm.
You run the first 60 meters, pull out like you're running, like you're going crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then before you get into the curve, out of the curve, kind of stride it out and get ready for the back stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to run the back stretch with a full stride.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wide open.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Till you get to the last curve. Because you're going to have to take you some breath.
Oh, yeah.
Take you, not relax, but get ready.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last straightaway coming.
That's what they're going to pour it on.
And then you go, and then it's going to show there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's going to show there. So if you don't start right, how you going to finish right?
Exactly. And that's my whole point right there. In order for us to do this thing, in order for us to be victorious in this situation that we're in right now, we all have to start. And a part of that, a big piece of that is going out there and casting your vote. Cast your vote.
Yeah.
That's
I wanted to ask a question.
Go ahead.
For those that may be on the other side that will stand up for your rights and have this conversation. And just tell me, I'm a rational person. And if you got something that you can bring to the table that will kind of open my eyes to see something other than what I see is foolishness. Come on, talk to me and tell me your plan.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me your strategy.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll listen.
Exactly. And then I'm gonna mute your line on the screen. You on the phone line, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you off the line there. Okay, got it. Okay, let me go to Logan. Logan, what do you say to that, man? I don't know if you was a track star, you ran track and all that stuff, man, but we gave a visual, and the point of the whole situation is, in order to win it, you got to be in it, and in order to be in it, you got to go out there and you got to cast that vote. You got to cast your vote, because we're in crucial times right now.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said we're in crucial times right now.
I want to touch on two things that all of you guys talked about. One is about track, and the other one is what Leonard touched on about how men were treating their wives.
Mm-hmm.
On the track issue, and you said, "Oh, they shoot the gun, and everybody take off except you," right?
Yes.
Do you realize that's not where that race starts?
Mm.
That race starts with nutrition. That race starts with running the bleachers. That race starts with proper sleep. All of those things come way before you even walk up to that line.
Yes, sir.
That race starts with training. My son is playing basketball, but the basketball coach makes them all run track. But they're not interested in track, so they half behind do it. So we're at the track meets and they're running, and when the meet is over, they're all laying in the grass, barely can breathe.
Yeah.
And you got the other kids that run track, they're still walking around, looking like they're ready to run some more. That's because you showed up not prepared.
Yep.
You showed up because it is an obligation that you have to fulfill in order to play basketball, and now it's showing.
Mm-hmm.
You when we leave, you're gonna want to stop at McDonald's. When you look at the Olympics just went by, man, did you see them cats running track? Did you see any body fat?
No.
You will never see an athlete like a track athlete, maybe a boxer. But man, it is impressive the shape that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
And they man, but a lot of people are defeated before they even get there because they're not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
They're not prepared to win. They're just out there.
Yeah.
Maybe you getting a full ride through college on track. but you're not focused and you're looking bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to touch on this too, so I can be quick. Leonard said that they want to go back to a time where somebody slapped their wife, the police show up, and then they had a good old boy conversation. Well, you know, she got out of line. I had to slap her.
Mm-hmm.
I know, man, but don't do it on the porch where the neighbors can see.
Wow.
You know, something crazy like that. And we think that's back 50, 60 years ago. But do you realize, and I don't know if it got passed, but they were trying to pass a bill where they lowered the legal age where a girl could get married.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they want to be able to control their wives.
Yeah.
They figure if you can get them away from home earlier, you can get them pregnant earlier, you can minimize their opportunities to go to college and get an education. That's that pregnant in the kitchen mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So now these guys, they realize that women are making good money. They're taking care of themselves. They're thinking for themselves. They have opportunities, and they've lost control.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have come together. There was meetings about this, Raheem. You don't come to a point where you're trying to pass a bill and nobody sat down and talked about this. And they said, what can we do? Well, they basically agreed to make molestation legal.
Wow. Cassandra Alexander Green. Good morning, young lady. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Is that caveman mentality that we're hearing? Men trying to be dominant over women and want to keep them, quote unquote, in their place?
Tell me what we're talking about first, because I missed what the whole thing is about.
No, Leonard said that they want to go back to a time, a couple of things that he said, but one of the things he said is they want to go back to a time where a man could slap his woman around and stuff like that, and the police come and they just have that good old boy conversation, where, I did that because she got out of line and blah, 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 and the police said, well, I'm not going to tell you not to do that, but don't do it in the public where everybody could see, or just want to keep them barefoot and pregnant pretty much. Is that man?
Yeah.
Is that caveman mentality?
Well, that's definitely what one part of the ticket that's running for presidency wants. Women should be seen and not heard, type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just so disheartening, because when everybody keeps saying we're not going back on the Democratic side, and people, I take that literally. I think that we are in a place where, okay, I almost don't want you to vote. If we could really get women not to vote, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. That would be great. But we definitely don't want women making decisions about their life, because they need men to make those decisions for them. Women can't think clearly enough to make choices like what needs to be going on with their bodies, who they need to vote for. Women don't have that capacity.
Wow.
So I think that is definitely the mindset. And if you're not having babies, you're definitely not a good woman. What kind of woman are you? Even if it's not your fault, what kind of woman are you that you don't have babies? What in the world? Where are we going to? Where could we possibly be heading with all of this?
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow. That's crazy. Curtis, good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Morning, family. Morning.
What do you say to that, Curtis? Is that caveman mentality? Is that what they're trying to do? put women in those positions, whereas they have no power or powerless and have to depend and rely on a man for everything because they're not smart enough to make their own decisions?
Did you say, is that what they're trying to do?
Yes.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, brother. That's what they doing.
Mm.
Ain't no trying what?
Yep.
Overturn Roe v. Wade. You still ain't really properly went full in 10 toes down on the wage gap. Is that what they trying to do? That's what they doing.
Come on, Kurt.
Mm.
You look at Project 2025, you look at the breakdowns. That whole thing is against minority communities, along with restraining women. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the historical data, just on a realistic level, what is the one thing that man historically supposedly have control over?
Mm.
His woman and his house. That's how these people have thought for years.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need me look at the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
There are instances in the Bible that clearly show you, what's the girl's name, the one that was getting beat on, and she decided to leave, and the Spirit of God said, hold on now, look, you need to go back there.
Mm-hmm.
The truth, in the end, it was a positive result. But you don't think those same men take that scripture and blow it up and throw it back in their women's face?
Mm-hmm.
We are facing a time where draconian thought is now truly being challenged. The whole voter suppression, that's not just directed towards the minority community, and that's what really kind of throws me, because the whole voter suppression idea, if you really dig deep into it, that's directed towards women.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, whenever you engage something from a perspective of gender, right, you will find that women will always cover two categories. Women will cover the category of gender, and they'll cover the category of race.
Mm-hmm.
When women achieved the right to vote, it was through affirmative action. We know that affirmative action has benefited white women
Mm-hmm.
at an astronomical rate than it did benefit black women.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at women getting their right to vote, and you look and you say, well, black women, we got our right to vote. Well, guess what? White women were thrown in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So now your voting block is 10 times greater. But you know what? Let's just speak on the voter suppression tactic. Right? Raheem, me and you lived in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yes.
We lived there for a series of years.
Yes.
We watched Northeast Columbia, Spring Valley, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
We watched that blow up, right?
Yes.
We watched the population numbers go from marginal to maximum,
Mm-hmm.
both in Silver Spring, in Spring Valley, that area over there, Northeast,
Mm-hmm.
and in Irmo.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that?
Absolutely.
Okay, now, please explain to me why your population balloons, and yet when it comes down to time to vote, you cut the amount of machines in each voting district.
You know, that's by design, brother. That's by design.
That's by design.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
by design, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That is by design.
Leonard, why do you
explain to me?
Mm-hmm.
And this goes for every party. And I'm gonna land the plane right here. Please explain to me why in America the greatest form of patriotism, one would say, is the ability to cast your ballot.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Please explain to me why on Tuesday of every 4 years, Election Day is not a national holiday.
Leonard, speak to that.
It's the same reason why they move voting locations at the last minute. They fight about having to inform the public that they're going to change an election day or a voting place. It's all part of a huge strategy to keep you from voting.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got people still saying the same stupid thing about not voting. Come on, man. Why is this not as important to you? Why do you refuse to see what these people are trying to do in order to disenfranchise you?
Mm-hmm.
Whole community, they're trying to disenfranchise their vote.
Yep.
Well, you think about people who close a hospital and the next one ain't till but 50 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
A hospital, man.
Yeah. Say it.
These folks don't care nothing about you. Matter of fact, they hope you die. So then they don't have to deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
You've been sitting around and probably heard conversations in public places where you will hear that one man, I remember when we, okay. I remember a lot of things y'all used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Be damned if you're doing while I'm here.
Hey. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on record, but I'm on record, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on record. I'm on record for will snatch the breath out of you. Act like you got some sense. God bless those who have gone on before us who thought it was okay to hang your head and look the other way. Address them as master. God bless the dead for enduring such. But I am so glad that it changed.
Mm-hmm.
Had it not been changed when I got here, I would have been doing exactly what I'm doing right now, changing it.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I live for that opportunity. Well, you know, we always and you're through today. You're done today doing it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Try me.
It changes.
Try me.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do it. We owe it to this place. I get so sick. Y'all been preaching that thing. Our ancestors' blood is in the ground, and we this and we that. We'll do something about it.
Mm-hmm. Make that change.
Fix it so you won't have to die standing in line to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Almost got in place because wicked folk just woke up one day. You know what? We wrong, and we want to make it right. You think that's how it happened? The bloodshed happened.
Leonard, these jokers so heartless, man. They'll arrest you. Well, I know here in Georgia, they will arrest you for feeding people in line water or giving them water.
Come on now.
They would arrest you, send you to jail for people standing in a hot line. It's hot out there. It's hot. It's brutally hot. And you want to walk up and ain't costing nobody. You ain't charging nobody. Nothing. It's free. You want to give them some water, and they will arrest you for giving away water. Wow. So you're gonna arrest somebody?
To be mindful of that.
Yeah.
I don't know where y'all live, but they're trying to take these voting rights away from everybody that ain't a white man with some money.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Cassandra, talk to me.
Told you.
Yeah.
You won't even have to vote no more if I get back in there.
Mm-hmm. They ain't got to worry about it. Because they ain't leaving. Cassandra, talk to me. Now here in Georgia, you know what it is, man. They will people waiting in line, the long line to vote. Hot outside, everybody's sweating, about to fall out. They will come along and arrest you for giving them water. Cassandra, what sense does that make?
Yeah. Can we just can I just take us back a little bit?
Won't go back. No, go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to take you back for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
In 1946, when blacks were first allowed to vote, there was such an outrage because of blacks, the federal government saying that blacks can vote, that the then governor of Georgia, Eugene Talmadge, actually stood on platforms around Georgia and said, if you man, I'm about to cry because just tell me what this sounds like. He said, if you re-elect me this year, you will not have to worry about niggas voting in the next election.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What does that sound like? Who is making that kind of a cry? Your boy, Donald Trump.
Yep.
Come on now. This is a 1946 racist governor here in Georgia that made that claim, and not just made that claim, had white people so fired up that they were willing to kill black people, and they killed several in 1946 to try to intimidate black people from voting in Georgia. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, it's a wake-up call. That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm.
If we do not stand up, we will stand back as far as they're concerned.
Exactly.
And they will make you stand back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We better wake up. Well, I don't feel like I ain't voting for nobody. Bruh, you already voted. Once you say that, you already voted for the other side.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt.
You already, you placed your vote, whether you think you did or not. Well, I ain't into politics. Well, you better dang on get into politics and place your vote. Because folk trying to take us backwards, especially black people. Look at, Leonard, please, if I'm wrong, let me know. Look at all of the laws that have been changed around the country, but mainly in southern states, that will obstruct or hinder or make it hard for people to vote. Come on now. Y'all better stop playing. These people ain't playing.
They talking about
they out for blood.
And Cassandra, they say it all the time. I'm not into politics. They say, I heard people say it all the time. I'm not into politics.
Yep.
Well, if you don't vote, politics is gonna be into you. Politics gonna be into you. And so, decide on what side of the fish you want to stand on. Either be in politics or be out of politics, but politics will be into you because it's going to control a little bit of everything that you do, if not everything that you do. Tucson, talk to me, brother. Kurt, coming to you next.
Well, I'm not into politics, but I ain't stupid.
Come on.
I'm going to vote.
There you go.
I just don't like talking about it. But I listen and I pay attention to what's going on in it. I don't have to be in the crowd to know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I can hear the bypasses. And I can, you can find out information without doing research.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be stupid. Maybe I'm crazy. But I'm one that will say, but I'm going to vote. I mean, I'm just going to do it because if I don't vote, then I did vote. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It it don't make no sense for somebody else to make decisions for me without me having a say so, at least having a fighting chance.
Exactly. Come on.
Hey, I'm just saying. I had excuse me, someone that won an election because nobody else was running. Because somebody voted. You know who voted? Him and his family.
Yep.
And he won. So let me I'm just curious. Let me check this thing out for a minute. Where's all the because we having a one-sided conversation. I would wish that we had somebody that was willing to have an open dialogue about making another point. And I'm gonna say this again. I'm talking about these diehard Trump Republican fans. Because you're just a fan. You're not a supporter. You're a fan. And I think that's different. The threat of there's going to be a bloodbath. Man, ain't nobody care nothing about that.
Yeah.
Because both sides gonna bleed. It is what it is. We've been fighting forever. Go look at the last Civil War's graveyard and see how that turned out.
Yeah. Forever and a day.
I'm just saying.
Forever and
because
a
people put out threats because they know they say in the past fear tactics worked. I don't think it's just me. I don't think it works no more because young folks ain't scared of nothing.
Yeah.
They don't have no respect for you, so you think they're gonna be scared of you? When the last time you got a yes sir and a no ma'am on a regular basis? Hey dude, hey old school, what's up, bruh?
Yeah.
So so scare tactics, it's not gonna work. They be like, bring it on. I'm gonna die anyway. I ain't gonna make 30. We got young folks thinking that 40 is out of reach.
Yeah.
But I will say this, and I don't like to beg, but I would say, please, you don't have to be into politics, but cast your vote any way you want to.
Yeah.
But do it.
Exactly.
You got to stand on something because anybody that don't stand on something will fall for anything, and that's exactly what they want you to do.
Exactly what they want you to do. Absolutely. Kirk, talk to me. Annie from Mississippi coming to you next.
I've heard that phrase before. I'm not into politics. And I love it when I hear that phrase. When I work the campaign trail, you knocking doors, you making calls, you hear that phrase, oh, I'm not into politics. My reply to that phrase has always been, well, it's into you.
Yeah.
And every time that I've made that rebuttal or reply, I've consistently got the reply of, what do you mean it's in me? Which allows me to open up a dialogue.
Yes.
I think it's time. I think this country is facing a time where it can no longer live the lie that it has propagated for 200 plus years. And I don't think that this situation is unique to the American experience. I think if we dive into the histories, the kernels of history, for every nation, specifically every nation that has an itinerary of freedom listed as its top component, I believe that all of those nations have in common a time such as this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to land this plane by saying this. Irregardless to who or what you vote for, you better cast your ballot.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to say and what is going on in your community, in your state, and in your country, you better cast the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
Write your own name in.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Mm-hmm. I do it all the time. But I go in there and I write my name in. I say, this is right in. I write Raheen Aljamain, and I get one vote every time. I get one vote. Then one of the days I'm gonna get two. I don't wonder why I want to get one vote though. I wonder why. And from Mississippi, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Great morning, God morning to everybody.
Did you look at the convention last night?
Not a whole lot, but I was turning the channel back and forth. I did see a little bit of it.
Okay. Was it as enlightening as the other two before?
It was very powerful. The portions that I saw, I was looking at when they were showing clips of the guy, the security guard in the Capitol. It was just when I looked at that, I just started crying because that was, I can't picture myself being in that situation and how terrified that he must have been, and it was just like they was just, I don't know, like they were brainwashed coming in, to kill whoever, whoever got in their way. It was painful to watch, Raheem, and I'm just so glad. Another part that I did see was when the Republican, I forget his name, how he came out and he said, "Yes, I am a Republican." But I am, reaching over to let them people know, to vote and don't let Donald Trump get back in power.
Yep.
Because he's a dangerous individual, and he is just that. This man is more dangerous, like I said so many times before, than we ever even know. This man is pure evil. He is pure evil. You just listen to the people. Even I saw Omarosa there last night. She was a diehard Trump supporter as well.
Yep.
But these people are wanting the world to know who you're dealing with. They want everybody to see what this man is capable of doing. And it seems to me, no matter how much you tell, his followers and try to show them, not just tell them, but show them what he's capable of, they just stand right there. But that's okay, because I already know that he's going to lose in November. This man is pure evil. He don't deserve to have that much power in his hand. And if you make him mad, he can easily do anything that will cause all of us to suffer. I watched somebody yesterday. He was doing some type of conference, whatever he was doing, and I saw him say the very first day he gets there, he wants the resignation on his desk from many people who's over the military. He demanded that resignation on day one. He said they're going to be fired on day one. This man is so evil, and this running that he's doing is not to help America. It's to pay the people back who came up against him. It has nothing to do with America. He couldn't care less about the truth and nothing else. It's all about who harmed him, who supposedly stole the election from him, That's what this whole world is about right here.
Mhm.
It's about letting the people know you didn't let me have my way. Now I'm gonna punish you for not doing that.
And Frank, and I believe that. I believe that. So how much do you think, Frank, this is a thing of, it's a pride thing, or that pride is taking control of him because he don't think he should have lost? He's Donald Trump. He should not have lost an election. How could I possibly lose? Do you know who I am? It must have been stolen. It had to be a foolery going on. How could I lose? Frank, talk to me.
Yeah, man, it's I mean, their agenda is it has nothing. It definitely has nothing to do with serving the people.
No,
it has nothing to do with why we would send anybody to the White House or to the Supreme Court or to the House or the Senate. It has nothing to do with that. And part of the reason that a lot of these people really got behind this is because it's easy to embezzle money.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, what did they do? You know, the 4 years that he was there, they didn't have to do their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They were just acting a fool and looking crazy, and you know, they did not have to do the heavy lifting, the work of really overseeing the United States of America. They didn't have to do any of that.
Mm-hmm.
But the question we kind of asked earlier is why are they doing this voter suppression, and why are they closing places where we would vote? Why are they moving ballot boxes and why are they doing all these things? I got a better question for you.
What's that?
Why do we continue to let them? We after the election, we act like they didn't do it.
Yep.
Why are we standing in 6 and 7 hour lines? Why is nobody paying for these things? It's one thing for you to walk up and hit me in my mouth. Yep, you were wrong. But if I just get up and walk away like you didn't do it, why did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say this, and this may not seem like it is a comparison, but it is. Yesterday, my youngest son, it was time for us. They have a time for all the parents to come back and bring supplies for the upcoming year, right, for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we bring everything. We bring notebooks, pencils, paper towel, toilet paper, all these things, boxes and boxes of stuff that we bring and we give it to the school, and they check your name off. If you don't bring it, they charge you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They'll buy it for you, but then they're going to bill you for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at the time for the drop off was 3:00. So I get there at 2:30 because there's going to be a line.
Yeah.
So I pull up and I'm ready to wait. Me and you had many of conversations, Raheem, while I was waiting outside of one of my kids' schools.
Yeah.
Me waiting a half an hour is nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This lady approached my car. She says, it doesn't start until 3:00. I said, yeah, I know. I said, no problem. I'll just wait. She said, well, this is what came out of her mouth. She's standing there next to this man, right? She said, well, if you knew it didn't start until 3:00, why you just can't follow the rules?
Wow.
I said, I'm sorry. She said, if you knew it didn't start till 3:00, why you just couldn't follow the rules? How do you expect your kids to follow the rules if you won't follow the rules? So I get out of the car and I walk up to her. I said, who are you? She told me her name. I said, do you know me? She said, oh yeah, I've seen you drop your kids off. I said, no. Do you know me? And she said, well, I've never had a conversation with you. I don't know you like that. I said, oh, because you're speaking to me like you know me, like we have a relationship or you have some type of authority over me. I said, let me introduce myself. I'm Mr. Logan. I said, ma'am, don't you ever speak to me like that again in your life, ever. And now she's uncomfortable. And I made her uncomfortable on person, and I lit into this woman. That man stood there. He didn't say a word. And I said, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back in my car, and I'm going to sit here and wait. But don't you ever approach me like that again. There should always be a consequence for bad behavior. I'm never going to have a problem with that woman again. But if I would have let her get away with that, oh, she'd have punked me every time she saw me. She wouldn't have had respect for my kids. But in a lot of these situations, like them closing these places where we go to vote and they're doing all of these things, they're punking us. Why? Because there's no consequence. They stay in office. They continue to get voted in. They continue to be comfortable.
Wow.
Dude, you know what we should do? We should go where they vote and just get in line. And stand there.
Yeah.
Disrupt their system.
Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Frank said we're gonna go on that bolo. They said they lying. Make them wait. Make them wait. Make them wait. Friday. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, doing well. Doing well. What do you think about what we're talking about right now? What do you think about what we are in regards to the congressional that happened last night? Is it good, bad, positive, negative? Are we going in a good, bad, or either direction? What do you say?
So I say that the practice of assembling, expressing, those things are showing itself to be good. And then, like you mentioned, it was plenty of people that showed up, and was for that purpose on one accord. We need to then model that in repetition in other areas and situations, and to even if it's to hold officials accountable. So we should show up in that same manner, elected or not elected, whether you voted or not voted for that in office. In the same manner. In the same manner. We have to, it can't just be the show that we assemble ourselves on accord and be able to voice and move and show power to the system of which we have before it's constructed. Because it's in that manner that will make sense. Even if it's for issues that need to be lobbied, we're allowing the financial benefits of businesses to send their lobbyists to the White House, to different places to petition. So to that fact, yes, we should be more involved in the politics, and even if that means pulling our coins together or even holding some of these businesses together, right? So it's more than one way to hold our businesses accountable, to have economic push, even if that means withholding our dollars from supporting other businesses. That dollars goes to other campaigns that doesn't do us well.
Wow.
We can get by without having Louis Vuitton or whomever that money or influence.
Hey, Friday, your phone is going. Friday, your phone is going up and down for some reason. Your phone is going. Are you talking directly into the phone? Your volume is going up and down.
Is that better?
It's kind of low. It's kind of low.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better. That's much better.
So I was just basically saying that. So from that standpoint, what I saw over the last few days with the convention, that we're capable of coming together in one accord. Some of the dialogue that went across the various nights was necessary for that environment. And there was a lot of positive things that came forth from that. But we have to be able to show up together for the interest of all in that same way in other areas at different levels of our society.
That's good. That's good. Badger.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Another beautiful day.
Yes, Lord. Yes, it is. Did you look at any of the convention last night?
It all looked the same to me.
All look the same? Why you say that?
I mean, because it's just the same things on repeat.
You don't
I
think?
don't, from one to another, that's, these conversations, I mean, there's always so much. And I always find it interesting, the conversations that get had in the comments and things of that nature. Because it's, I like what was being said. Let's make sure everyone that wants to vote has the ability to do so. Let's get the people in the House and the Senate and judges and the face of the country, the president, the lapdog, you know, and do our best to make sure that it's people that care and not in it for their own pockets. And I'm always blown away with the amount of aggression and a lot of times anger when it gets into these kinds of conversations and listening to, I mean, it's hard to listen to Trump.
Why is it hard?
For me, anyway.
Why is that?
Because half the stuff that comes out of his mouth is just nonsense. And to me, the part that I guess I get sad sometimes too, because I want to see this country get better. The only issue I have is who are we, or what are we truly voting for anymore? Looking at a lot of things, you know, I've heard people on here say before, it's voting for the lesser of two evils.
Is that a good thing?
I don't view any side as good anymore. It's just which side has more of what would be for the people than the other does.
Good deal. Good deal.
I just see corruption all around.
So it's almost like I'm hearing you say you have to decide which poison you're going to drink, the one that's going to kill you immediately or the one that's going to let you sit around for a while. But both of them are poison.
In a lot of ways, yeah. Because to me, it boils down to who's in the House and the Senate and what laws are actually going to get passed.
Okay.
And what are in those laws. The hidden stuff that they don't tell us about. Because they only give a summary of what it is, but they don't tell us everything that's in it. So you have to go read it for yourself.
Okay. Good deal. Leonard, what do you say
to Hey, Raheem.
Yes.
Can I say something before I walk away?
Go ahead.
I think part of the challenge that a lot of us have is that we don't take things for what they are. We could all agree that hospitals are good. But if you really understand everything about hospitals, they're practicing medicine. So you have to make sure that you just don't blindly accept anything.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make hospitals evil. They're doing the best that they can. Now, I really wouldn't compare hospitals to politics, but you really have to look at what politics are historically, what all of the wars that have been fought, that what politicians have told the American people, it's been lies.
Mm-hmm.
But it plays a role. Without our government, we're Russia. You don't want that. You absolutely don't want that. You don't want to be China. You know, you don't want that. So you have to look at things and not let it break you, but understand, you know, this is something that I think that we can all relate to. You have a friend and they say, man, you my guy.
Mm-hmm.
I got your back no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, that was sweet, but that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you right now, if it's my wife and kids or you, dude, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's just I don't expect any man to put me before his family.
Yeah.
And that's just being realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be realistic with your expectations of what you think you're going to yield from something.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we think that politicians are our saviors. They're not. That doctors know everything. They don't. They're practicing medicine.
Mm-hmm.
That all police are good. They're not. So we have to be grown-ups about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And realize what you're dealing with.
Exactly. Let me go to Shanavia.
Thank you.
Shanavia, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning. I'm good. How y'all doing this morning?
Doing good. Go ahead, Cassandra.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Miss Cassandra.
Lord, they gotta have their moment, y'all. They gotta have their moment. Did you look at the convention last night?
I missed the convention last night, but I saw most of the previous night, and I was in and out for the first night, though.
Mm-hmm. Hakeem Jeffrey said this right here, and I want you to tell me what you think about it. And I found it very found it very humorous. You know where I'm going. He said Donald Trump is like an old boyfriend who you broke up with, but he just won't go away. He has spent the last 4 years trying to get back into the relationship with the American people. He said, bruh, we broke up with you for a reason. What does that say to you?
I mean, that's a really good analogy because, you know, I've just been screaming cluster B personality from the beginning, but that's a really good analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Because for a lack of better words, he is like, when you're dealing with a narcissist, they don't take no for an answer.
Mm-hmm.
They're persistent because you know how you don't want me.
Yeah.
The greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the second coming of Jesus.
Mm.
I'm the best. I've done more for the blacks
Wow.
and the Christians than any other president
Mm-hmm.
in the history of presidency.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want this? All of this? Mm-mm. No. How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
But then you get in to just break up to prove a point because I'm better than you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is somebody who literally comprehends on a 4th grade level when it comes to not just their communication, but not just their intellect, but their communication. This is someone with no emotional intelligence. This is someone that debates off of, and the only thing that I have ever heard from any of his rallies, and not just because I'm a hardcore, like, against anything Trump, not just because of that, because as an adult, I can listen and try to find something, like something of substance that you say. But all I hear are third grade insults and demeaning of people. But yet, this is who you want to run your country and be responsible for nuclear codes and the destruction. Like, this is who you want. This is who you want governing over that. The only thing that I can honestly give Trump credit for, like I said, I can find something good in someone, is that he made kitchen table conversations public. That's the only thing that I can give him credit for. I don't have to wonder. I don't have to think. I don't have to guess who's who, because he says what that side or that group tends to say, what only used to be around the kitchen table because we had to put on a mask in public and, you know, go along with the I have a black friend, I'm not racist card. People are boldly saying that out loud now. So yeah, you made kitchen table conversations public. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Curtis, what do you think about that quote? Hakeem, he hit him in the mouth last night. What do you think about that quote that he said? Kurt?
Yo, my phone was switching from my speaker to my car.
Okay.
What you talking about? The Hakeem Jeffries thing?
Yes. Donald Trump is like an old boyfriend who you broke up with, but he just won't go away. Has spent the last 4 years trying to get back into a relationship with the American people. Bruh, we broke up with you for a reason.
You know, I actually felt good to hear that, because, and that's the magnificent thing about Hakeem Jeffries, that I think we as a culture kind of overlook in terms of political punditry and politicians who understand how to express a point, is that Hakeem really has the gift of being able to get out of the academia to explain a situation while all at the same time being in the academia. I think sometimes the Democratic Party has it has this notion that it has to prove that it is as smart as everybody else, and sometimes we can get caught up in that and hurt ourselves. But I also heard something last night to go along with Hakeem Jeffries that I believe came after Hakeem. I'm not sure in the sequence, but Bill Clinton said something last night that completely, unequivocally confirms, justifies, and proves Navy's point in terms of social dynamic and social behavior of 45. Did you hear when Bill Clinton said, now I can't make this up, because I counted. I could have been off, but I counted. You hear a bunch of I, and if you listen to the last speech, you heard I 35 times. There's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
I honestly believe, man, that this man-child is so caught up in his own BS that he does not even understand the wrongdoings of what he got going on deep down inside.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly believe that we are dealing with a guy who has, for all his life, I'm always reminded, and I'll land the plane right here. I'm always reminded, if y'all get a chance, look it up. It will tell you a story that is never unveiled, and no politician has ever unveiled it about 45. Mm-hmm. But if you get a chance, look up the interview of Michael Francesco interviewing Sammy the Bull Galvano.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked specifically about 45. And Michael asked Sammy the Bull, hey, man, you know, there's a situation and a problem going on. And I need you to explain to the fans, because we're taking the hit for this guy. I need you to explain to the fans why us as mob figures and mob bosses, former mob bosses, why did the mob not take care of this guy? Because this guy, he shafted the mob out of a whole lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, when you hear Sammy the Bull's explanation as to why the mob did not touch this guy, it'll blow your mind, Raheem.
Wow. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to have to look that up today.
You know what they called him? You know what his nickname was?
What's that?
Raheem, you know what his nickname was in the mob, for the mob?
What's that?
The kid in the ivory tower.
Mm. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's keep this thing going. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
Yeah.
Is he like like that old boyfriend?
Huh?
Is he like that old boyfriend?
Man, yeah, that part. I mean, that right there. Just think about an old boyfriend. What happens sometimes when you keep rejecting him?
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
He might get violent. He might get violent. Yeah.
He moves to murder.
Yeah. Might get violent.
He goes for the kill.
Yep.
He goes for the kill. So even though that is a humorous, way to look at it, it is really the mindset of somebody like Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And January 6th showed us what this man is capable of putting out there.
Mm-hmm.
He kept saying, I didn't tell him to go down there. I told him to go and peaceful. Listen, we ain't stupid like he think we are.
Mm-hmm.
We listen to what he said. The people, his base, listened to what he said. And literally, he gave Proud Boys and all of them other low groups, the neo-Nazis, he gave all of them marching orders as far as they were concerned. Listen, that's what I heard. That's what they heard, obviously, because they went in and you didn't go there to peacefully protest nothing. When you busting up windows, beating on people, hitting officers with, man, come on, y'all.
Cassandra, Cassandra.
Yeah.
What do you think will happen? Now, I'm just using, my mind work a little different sometimes. But what do you think would happen if you took a hungry coyote and you send him down to the chicken coop? I just want him to go down there and look and make sure everything's okay. I don't want him to go down there. I know he's hungry. I know he's a coyote. And I know those are chickens down there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want him to go. I don't want the coyote to go down there and mess with him in no kind of way. I just want him to go down there, look around, and come on back. What do you think will happen?
Listen, we're not that stupid, Raheem.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe that Trump thinks that He's the smartest and the sharpest tool in the shed, and everybody else is stupid. And well, he got a group that are stupid because they literally are hanging on every word that this man says, and they're doing things that maybe they would normally never do. And you see, but you know what? Let me tell you how he's soothing over what may end up happening if he loses in November, right? Right?
When he loses,
saying to them, if I get back in, those that were wrongly, he said, wrongly tried for January 6th, I'm gonna handle that. Mm-hmm. What does that say to his base? Mm-hmm. If we have to blood in the street on November, I will make sure that I take care of you. This man is not as smart as he think he is.
No.
He's pretty stupid, to tell you the truth.
Absolutely.
But we better keep our eyes open because that boyfriend is not taking no for an answer. Mm-hmm. And when he loses in November, there is almost no length that he would not have his base go to get him in office. Exactly. Y'all better write that down.
Yep, exactly. Well, up.
Good morning, Raheem.
Good morning, young lady.
Good morning, Glow. Good morning.
How you doing this morning?
I'm good. I see y'all on fire this morning.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna read this this thing that Hakeem Jeffrey said last night at the convention. And I want to hear your heart on it. What you think about it? He said Donald Trump is like an old boyfriend who you broke up with, but he won't go away. He has spent he has spent the last 4 years trying to get back in a relationship with the American people. Then he ended by saying this, bruh, we broke up with you for a reason.
Yeah, I heard it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty clever for him to use that kind of analogy. I think probably a lot of people could have, looked at that and say, yeah, I do understand. I understand now,
mm-hmm.
But it's pretty sad that, I even hate the fact that they have to mention his name because to me, anytime his name is mentioned, y'all giving him some kind of airway or marketing. I don't even want to mention his name because I just believe, like Cassandra say, when he loses in November, he's gonna be like a baby crying and kicking that can't get his bottle, or crying and kicking that can't get what he wants. It's just funny to me how he just goes from one character debate to another about anybody that's gonna come against him. I got this friend here in Chicago. She made she got a luggage business, and she makes beautiful personal luggage. And she did that for him. She did that for Donald Trump a while back, a long while back when he was getting his hotels and business and stuff together. And do you know that he never paid her?
Yeah.
He never paid her.
I can believe that.
And she talks about that to this day. And she's not a black woman. She's white. She's called
Willa.
Yeah.
DK Radio. You know that man snaked my wife out of $15 million.
Wow.
Yeah. He never
$15 million.
I'm gonna try to get her on here one day.
Yeah.
He never paid her. So that's really sad that he's that kind of, first of all, that kind of businessman. And a lot of people know that and they still want to talk about him. It's funny too, they had a black man on a commercial here in Chicago. I don't know if you get it in Georgia, how he talked about Trump and how he stands for Trump and how he, going to help the American people out financially. I was just laughing. He looked like they had picked him up from off a corner on Skid Row somewhere. He wasn't even shaved.
He looked like a little wino with a red hat on and a red shirt.
Mm-mm.
That was funny to me. So
Wow.
it's just funny how he's just trying to pull out all kinds of schemes, and his time is just like the enemy is coming. So that's what's on my heart.
And
Raheem.
good
It's just
deal.
a joke right now.
Good deal. And Leonard, let's talk about the university, the Trump University. All the money he took from all those people and never taught ABCs or nothing. Never told them anything, man. They got nothing. They got their money taken. Leonard, let's talk about that for a second.
Well, you know what? It's ain't a lot you can say when you took it down there to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You took the money down there to him.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to take that L. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a shame that you keep going back.
Yep.
That you keep getting involved with the trickster.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to use this analogy. He wasn't doing nothing for the first baby, but you went in there and got pregnant by him again.
Wow. Yep. Yep. Yep.
He wasn't doing nothing for the first baby y'all had.
Mm-hmm.
But you keep getting pregnant by the. Don't you realize that makes you a fool?
Mm-hmm. To the third degree. To the
I'm
third
gonna
degree.
argue with you about the stupid stuff you keep doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you have what you deserve.
Exactly. Exactly.
And too many people allow people to continue to use them, and you get to looking like a fool to people around you telling you this, and you still won't listen, and blah blah blah. But then again, like Miss Cassandra, she wait on that call at night. It's gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come. Sooner or later, she may see people right now. She try to tell the right thing, but sometimes people don't want to listen right now. But you know what? That call gonna come. Like your kids, they swear they know more than you.
Mm-hmm.
They swear they got it made. They know how they gonna do this, that, or the other. You get that call.
Exactly. Exactly.
I like it. It was sounding funny at first when we was like, how two sons say, let's see how that work out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how that work out for you, partner. You're so big and bad, this, that, and let's see how that works out for you.
Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10,
and
it won't.
Sad.
It won't. Mm-hmm.
It won't.
Yeah.
And it's sad because ain't nothing worse than watching people fail willfully.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to go through it. I mean, have you ever been in that situation where you tell somebody something, they don't listen, and then this happens and this occurs, and now you sitting right. We talked about this, man.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
We talked about this.
Mm-hmm. And with that, and
now we got to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. And on that note, I'm about to play this quick commercial. This is a commercial about the cruise. I'm still trying to get y'all riled up, man. I'm still trying to get y'all on this cruise, man. Let's go have fun. We do this every day. Let's go have a good time together. I'm gonna play this information about the cruise, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna revisit the conversation that we had yesterday. Because we see what's gonna come back to. Anybody got anything they want to say before we move on? I heard something in the background. Anybody got anything they want to say? Okay.
I do.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I hear you fine, Raheem, but I think somebody else trying to chime in, so I was trying to let them go first.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to, but my headset disconnected, so hold on.
Okay. We can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, so you can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've sat here and I've thought a lot about this presidency ever since the whole escapade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of January 6th. And then yesterday, some things were brought up about some people need to see things to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want Trump to win.
Okay, why is that?
Because I'm hoping that when he screws things up, like most of us know he will, that maybe it will help wake some of the folks up in America to be more alert to who they're supporting and worshiping.
Okay, but my issue with that part, Badger, and I understand what you're saying, but my issue with that is what kind of situation is it going to lead the people in, though?
Oh, inflation, prices are going to continue to go up. More businesses are probably going to go to China. You know, all that typical stuff that most of us know what happened, because that's what happened the last time he was in. So I don't, if they didn't learn it the first time, maybe they'll learn it the second go around, I would hope. But then again, given our country and most of the people that's in it, and the lack of, and a lot of the education that's available nowadays, maybe they won't at all.
But see, I can hear what you're saying. I can hear what you're saying, Badger. But you know, I wouldn't want to go down that road. And like I say, everybody got their own opinion. I'm not here to give anybody their opinion. But see, my thing is, look at the situation that it will leave for 4 years. That it will leave these people in, man. It won't be good for people, man. I don't
disagree.
I don't. Yeah. I know, and I know why you're saying what you're saying, because sometimes you know they ask for something, give it to them, just to let them know that it's not what they wanted. I understand what you're saying, but my thing is, I'm just so concerned about the situation and the condition that it will leave people in. I think I heard Cassandra saying something in the background, and Kurt as well. Cassandra, was that you?
I was saying no, Raheem. I was saying no, because you don't have to show me who you are a second time for me to know who you are. Donald Trump is evil, so I'm not with the second time around deal, because the first time around almost got us all killed.
Yeah.
So I don't need a second term for him.
Exactly. Somebody else want to comment on that?
Raheem.
Yes.
You know, I can understand where Badger's trying to go.
Yeah, me too.
But no. First off, you know, I'm just gonna keep it plain and simple, brother. Man, there was 3,000 people dying per day on this man watch. 3,000. 3,000 people dying per day. No, we don't need that back. We do not need that back, because this is a guy who has made a living off of, if you really follow this dude, he has made a living off of keeping people at odds with each other, so that the people's not paying him any attention. This whole campaign thing is an attempt to keep himself out of prison. And if I go with Badger's ideology, I can't help but think about the congresswoman from, what is it, Maine? Susan Snow, the one who was, I think her name is Snow, the one who was saying, oh, I think he's learned his lesson and he wouldn't do that again. He turned around within 3 days, did the same thing over again.
Yep.
The other thing is, my sister Willa, I love her to death. But you know what, Willa? Even Voldemort has some powers.
Lord.
we now, and I get exactly what she's saying, because the way he played his angle is, his idea is this, Raheem, and I know you done heard this before, being as though we all kind of in the industry, and 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Yeah.
All press
is good press, no matter if it's negative or positive, right? So the idea is, the con game is, if I can get you saying negative stuff or if I can get you saying positive, it don't matter. I just need you to keep me in your mouth. The more you keep me in your mouth, the less money I spend on commercials, advertisements, this, that, and the third. Greatest advertisement is word of mouth. So I get what Willa is saying, but I'm sorry. This dude is not Voldemort.
Wow.
He is not the name that we don't say. No, say his name so that when these kids grow up, they will have a clear definition and picture of a horrible, evil man. As soon as they hear that, the first thing that their mind will say is Donald Trump.
Wow. Anybody else want to have anything that they want to say on Badger's comment real quickly before we move on? I want to play this clip, but I will give you opportunity to quick comment if you have something to say. Okay. Let me play this quick clip. This is I got something else I want to do after the commercial. Then we're gonna go to the second part of what we talked about yesterday. Here we go. This is our cruise. Make sure you get an opportunity. If you get an opportunity, book your cruise. Let's go. Let's have a good time. Let's enjoy. All right, here you go.
Come join us on our DKM Media Group First Party Cruise. We will be leaving out of Tampa, Florida on June 21st, returning on June 26th. That's right, 5 amazing days of fun and entertainment. All this will take place in the year 2025. The cabins hold 2 people and there is a $200 cabin fee. Come join us on our DKM Media Group First Party Cruise. We will be leaving out of Tampa, Florida on June 21st, returning on June 26th. That's right, 5 amazing days of fun and entertainment. All this will take place in the year 2025. The cabins hold 2 people and there is a $200 cabin fee. The fee of $200 covers both parties. You heard me right. Your deposit is a single $200 fee and you can secure your cabin for you and your significant other. Then you have until March 15th, 2025 to pay the remaining balance. That is almost an entire year to pay the balance on this outstanding cruise vacation. Do I need to tell you that we are going to 2 different ports? Or should I mention the fact that we are going to be on one of the best cruise ships? I know you are surprised, but this is all true. Contact me today for all the details. You can contact me by email at myfamilybychoice@mail.com. That's myfamilybychoice@mail.com. Why aren't you taking out your credit card now?
Good deal. Somebody got something going on in the background. Mute your line, everybody. Somebody got something going on in the background there. And that's what it is, man. The cruise is going to be we're going out in June the 21st. We're gonna be out there for 5 days. So if you can, go ahead and book your cabin. I'm gonna tell you, the cabins are going. They're leaving, and so you want to go ahead on and book it now. And the earlier you book it, the less it's going to cost. And it's only $200 to secure just one $200. People had a misunderstanding. It's just one $200 to secure the cabin for you and your whoever's going with you. And then you have all the way up until March to pay off the remaining balance. Okay, it's gonna be nice, man. Come on, let's have a good time. Let's go. Cassandra.
Yes.
Cassandra, I got a question for you. Could you live off $18,000 a month?
Reed.
Yes.
You know, don't be trying to you trying to put me out there. Reed.
No.
My retirement is less than $1,000 a month. So if I can live off of that, believe me, I can live off of 18,000.
And see, Cassandra, and I did the math. $18,000 a month is $216,000 a year. That's $18,000 a month. It's $216,000 a year. Okay. Now I'm asking that question because Marlon Wayans' baby mother says she's struggling to provide for their 1-year-old daughter. 1-year-old daughter. 1-year-old daughter with $18,000 a month. She has
now you just changed the dynamic. Now when you start mentioning people that have money, that I'm talking about the average person. I ain't talking about people that these women are used to living on a certain level because you put them there for whatever, your profession is. And I'm not saying that women should take advantage of that, but why should I live off of or come down when you were the one to put me there? See, even in the court system, judges use that as a thing. How much does this man or this woman make? That's how they base what they say the person needs to pay. So if she's saying, and I'm sure she's done the research. If she says, it doesn't matter if we think we can live off of it. I can live off of half of that.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me.
Yeah.
But if a person is used to living on a certain level, and the person that she was with makes that kind of money and can do that, the courts make that call. So she ain't gonna get away with nothing, because if the courts say, and they check their records and say, no, she does not deserve to get this. He's not making any more than he was before, or whatever, however they do it. And Leonard, maybe I'm wrong, but the courts decide that based on whether it's a female or a male, based on their income. Mm-hmm. That's how they decide how much that person should get per month. Me, I can live off of that all day long.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But I'm just saying.
But see, my thing,
she doesn't make that call, Raheem.
But she
doesn't make that call.
Well, she made the call to go to the court, and she's filed a lawsuit for more money. It doesn't matter
if the court, Raheem.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what we think. The court, if she goes back to the court and said, hey, I need more money, the courts will decide based on financial statements and all that other stuff that they use, whether she should receive more money. Whether she did it or not, whether we feel like she's wrong or not, it's not her decision and it's not our decision. The courts make that determination.
And
here in Georgia, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And you're right, they do. But my thing is, if a person, if a person works at McDonald's and he don't make that amount, that money like Marlon Wayans is making, and you have to go in there and you have to pay child support for his children, and they say, well, you got to pay $100 a week, $400 a month for a 1-year-old. Now they would have to make that work. But if Marlon Wayans is to the point where he's paying $18,000 a month, and now she's saying that she wants more money because it's real difficult for her to survive with $18,000. Because Sandra, some people make $18,000 a year.
It's okay, Raheem, that you and I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
We think that's crazy. The bottom line is the court system will decide, not nobody else, not Marlon or whichever one it is, not her. They will not make that determination. The court system will make that determination.
Wow.
So we can think it's crazy and she's being unreasonable, but what does the court system say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And they know more than us. They know more than us. They make sure that the research is done. They know more than us about it.
Sometimes I wonder.
I'm just saying.
Sometimes I wonder whether they do know more than us, because that's, to me, that's very unreasonable. But anyway, but you're right. They based it on the amount of money, and everything you said is right. I'm not saying you're wrong at all, but I just don't agree with how they do it. Let me go to Mary. Mary, good morning, young lady. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, doing well. Can you comment on this?
It's not political. I can.
Okay.
I don't really have a comment for it, though. It's not really my interest. I don't know. I feel like I don't know the backstory on that one.
But $18,000, $18,000 a month.
Because I don't know if
and she said
should the child live a different life with her than they do with their father. Not that they should be able to.
It's a 1-year-old.
If you don't work, then you don't work.
Mary.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying yes.
It's a 1-year-old. 1-year-old.
I understand. I'm just saying. Okay.
Go ahead, make your point.
I'm just saying, like, if you were in that situation, and let's say mom makes all this money, and then God forbid y'all have a divorce, and then you can't provide that same lifestyle that she will be able to provide for the child. So at a certain age, the child should probably, you could fight that child will determine where they would go.
Mm-hmm.
It will be a skewed opinion because now you can't provide this. It's not that you're a bad parent, you can't provide that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it should be equal based on, I don't know how often they should do a review on that. I don't know. That's not really what I get into, but I feel like it should be understood that the child should live a decent life in both places. I don't think you should choose not to work though, because you're getting this amount of money.
Yeah.
I think she should still be required to get a job and try to provide a good life for her child as best as she can. But I don't know the details on what's happening or how much she makes or what she does or even the relationship. It could have been that it was a terrible relationship, and now she's like, well, give me what you owe me. You told me to stay at home. I stayed at home to support your dream, and now I have nothing. Well, wouldn't you say she would deserve something for that? I don't know. I don't know the details of it, because I know a lot of people, when they do have spouses that are not celebrities, they tend to tell them they want them to stay home, worry about the house, keep that in order, because now we have a child, and then I'm already making way more than we need. So I don't know. I will have to get more information on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good deal. We're gonna go in this order. We're gonna touch on everybody. We're gonna go Navy, Annie from Mississippi, Toya with a T. Then we're gonna go to Tucson. So Navy, what are you hearing in this? What are you hearing in this whole situation? She said that $18,000 a month is difficult for her to make it. It's difficult for her to provide for this 1-year-old daughter with just a measly $18,000. Please, Navy, talk to me. Navy, you there? Okay, let's go to Annie from Mississippi. Annie, talk to me.
If they stop taking the child support money and providing for the boyfriends, maybe it'll be enough for the child. Every time you have money, and when they go to child support court and the judge order a set amount of money, it's never enough. It's never enough. If it's not enough, okay, well, what about you go and get another job to make it enough? It's called greed, Raheem.
Wow. Okay. And she stopped abruptly, but that's okay. Toya with a T, talk to me. She stopped. She hit the brakes on me. I was falling, but she hit the brakes on me and just stopped in front of me right there. Okay. Trying to get some insurance money. Toya with a T, what do you say about this? $18,000 a month. $18,000 is not enough to take care of a 1-year-old daughter. So she went back to court. She's petitioning for more money. She need more money. $18,000 a month, which equates to $216,000 a year. But that ain't enough. Toya, talk to me.
Well, I feel like this. I feel like if you're worth $80 million, then your child should be worth $80 million.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any kids, and I always said I'm not going to track anybody down for child support.
Mm-hmm.
You got a kid. I'm not going through all that. You got one.
take care of it to the best of your ability. And if you don't, I'm gonna hold that down. Don't come calling no judge, because I don't care about a judge when you come telling me why you can't see your kid and you done made all this money over the last 10 years. You ain't been by here, you ain't did nothing. And I got me had to give me a little crumb dude. And that crumb dude is the one that's helping me take care of the kid. I really don't want your money. I really don't want your money. Be a father. Being a father is priceless. Forget your 18 grand. I need you to handle your business. You understand what I'm saying? But my thing is, in this world that we live in, especially when it comes to us, everything's about division. Everything's about tearing us apart. Everything is about making sure that we cannot get along at all whatsoever. So if they can inject any kind of more toxicity for us not to be together, they will. And one of the laws is that if we're dating and you have me on this specific level and I don't have to work and I don't have to this and I don't have to that, because you make so much money, you got to hold me down. It's called alimony, and we were married. And we were married.
Yeah.
So you did marry me. I got a kid. This is going to replace the alimony. Because according to you, the father, the job and lifestyle that you have, you cannot come take care of nobody, isolate them, have them under you, and think you're going to leave and think you're going to give them crumbs. And that's typically what the court system does. Now, for the woman, I think $18,000 is more than enough. But also, I'm a working woman. I'm not going to sit up here. I just want my own money. That's his money. I don't want to come and do all that with you, and it's your kid. You should be more than ecstatic to come and make sure that your kid, I wouldn't care if it was $40,000. I wouldn't care if it was $100,000. I'm gonna pay you this $18,000. I'm gonna buy my kid everything I'm supposed to buy them because I'm their father. That's my child. I don't care what I got going on with you, you little gold digger that I chose to lay down and have a baby with. I'm gonna hold my kid down regardless of what. So with that mentality, we wouldn't even have no beef here. But at the end of the day, because we're walking around making irrational decisions, having babies by and babies for people who lack the responsibility in the first place, now you want to ask for more? Now that's what we call a scut bucket at that point.
Wow. Because I'm gonna tell you something, and like I said earlier, a lot of people are in situations where they don't even make $18,000 a year, and she's getting it in 1 month, every month, over $200,000 a year. One child, one-year-old child. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let me go back to Shanavia. Then we're gonna go to Tucson. Shanavia, what do you say to that?
I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I just got that.
Okay, let me read it to you. First, let me ask you: can you survive off $18,000 a month?
$18,000 a month?
A month, yeah, 1 month, $18,000. Can you survive off that? If you got one child, one-year-old daughter, could you two survive off $18,000 a month? Oh, don't you cuss, Nate.
To the corner. Oh, yes, I can survive. I don't know. Oh, yes, sir. I can survive very well off of that.
Okay. Reason why, because the situation with Marlon Wayans' baby mother says she's having a hard time to provide for her 1-year-old daughter with $18,000 a month. He pays for child support. She files a lawsuit for more money. Hey. She filed a lawsuit with the court system for more money. Maybe $22,000.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I didn't mean to cut you out because you wasn't even done with it. I'll wait.
No. The floor is yours. Talk to me. I want to hear what you got to say about this.
No, I look. My grandma told me if you ain't got no money, stay home. So therefore, if you can't survive off, people survive. Unfortunately, have to survive off of $18,000 a year.
Yeah.
And you can't do it for a month. Then that means that you need to better budget, and you need to stop living above your means. Stop taking trips to Dubai every month. Stop buying these $35,000 bags. Like, you're buying bags that people that's a salary for some people. I don't know that lady, but it made me want to punch her in the throat if you can't live off of $18,000 a month.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Okay. Tucson. Tucson, what do you say to that, man? And you abroad, man. What do you say about that $18,000 a month? But she's having a hard time. She's struggling to stay afloat. This little measly $18,000 a month, please.
We can put it right there by the way.
What do you say to that, Tucson?
It don't make no sense. Why can't you?
Mm-hmm.
What do you have? I don't know. I ain't got a lot of money, so $18,000 a month. That's a come up for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. For a lot of people. My eyes are wide. My eyes are out wide open for potential. Mm-hmm.
For you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who you talking about. Wade again, huh? Right?
Yes, Marlon Wayne. Mm-hmm. The youngest one.
Yeah.
The youngest boy.
So I was looking at. I think it's. I don't want to say the wrong person's name, but his son is complaining about having that amount of money. And he say he can't make it off of that money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to call
You're talking about 50 Cent's son. You're talking about 50 Cent's son.
Yeah, 50 Cent.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I know I was talking about it, but yeah, his son said he can't. He's suing his dad because he wants more money.
Mm-hmm.
What? You 20-something years old, and you ain't working nowhere because you got $18,000 a month coming in. You got bank.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much that is a year?
Yeah.
You're in 6 figures a year automatically.
Yep.
And you complaining?
200. I tell you exactly. It's $216,000 a year. I did the math.
Might be 26. You did the math. Well, good. Do the math. Okay. In a year, you can save your money and buy your house cash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
Don't worry about the car. That's what our problem is. Don't worry about the car. You can work for a year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Matter of fact, you got enough. You got enough to buy you a car and a house.
Mm-hmm.
Or put a down payment on it if you want a $5,000 house.
Mm-hmm.
Get a $5,000 plan. $500,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if I don't know what people be thinking about when you come probably out of poverty, and now somebody's making big money that you're connected with, and you didn't grab hold to a lifestyle. Well, all you got to do is remember where you come from.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
You better.
So I don't know. It don't make no sense to me. We are and here's another thing. You know that they got people that just about starving to death.
Mm-hmm.
That they'll give an arm and a leg for $18,000. That'll take care of not only their family but multiple families. Get out of here with that food.
And you ain't got to do it a month. Get it to them one time and watch how they work that money. Get it to them one time. $18,000. You ain't got to do it every month. $18,000 and watch how they work that thing. Let's keep this thing going. Let me go to Willow.
Yeah.
I need to hear you. Come on, Willow. $18,000 a month is not enough to take care of her and her 1-year-old daughter. $18,000 a month.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking at it from our level of finances. Okay, so we know that there are different levels of finances.
Mm-hmm.
You know, come on now. There's the rich and famous.
Thank you, Willa. Thank you.
Class. There's the poor. So he started her off with up there, the rich and famous lifestyle. See, we're trying to throw our opinion about somebody from an area that we don't even live in. Because I don't live in that kind of area where I make $18,000 a month. But she does. And she knows the kind of lifestyle that he had given her prior to them separating. He knew what was going to happen prior to what had happened. I don't even know why they broke up or when they broke up. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But just being honest about it. If somebody made less than what we did, they'll probably talk about how much money we get. So you just got to look at it from that standpoint of life. We're not all the same. We're not. But you got to throw your opinion out from the style that she lives in. And she probably was making more money than that. And then when they separated, it took a lot from her. And it's not so much about the baby, because you know what the baby is based on how the mother lives. You know that. For us, man, I wouldn't buy a purse for $20, but they do. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just looking at it from that standpoint. I'm just trying to be fair.
But it's supposed, if you're talking child support, the money is supposed to be for child support. What baby need more than $18,000? Need $18,000 to take care of a baby in a month? What does that baby need? That's gonna evaporate $18,000 in 1 month. The child support ain't supposed to be for her now. It's child support.
See, we look at it from that. We look at it from that point. Well, it's for the baby.
Yeah, it's for child support.
When he was in the household, when he was there in the household, there was no specifics just for the baby. See, the baby was living there based on their salary, the food, the shelter. I mean, all of it. That's another income that she receives to help her manage her household that the baby lives in.
Okay, let me ask you this.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
But there is not one person I know that takes child support and specifically gives it to that child.
But see, that's what the system is. That's what the system is corrupt.
I got 18 years of age. It had a lot of money, but that's not how it's. It's supposed to be designed that way, but it's not. Let's look at reality. Let's look at reality of what real life is. No matter what that judge is sitting up in that courtroom saying, this is what you deserve for the baby. Because when it happened to me, I never took my kid's father to child support, even though my daddy said to. Take him to. Why? Why would I put him in front of a man to make him be the man that he's supposed to be? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to take my time. I did what I needed to do for my children because they were mine.
Wow.
So I'm going to leave it right there because I can keep going on.
Okay.
But that's what's on my heart.
Wow. Man, this is a lot here. K with an E, talk to me, sis. What's on your heart? Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Trying to get off mute. I'm fine, and you all?
Hey, doing well. What do you think about this now? $18,000 a month. Okay, that's for some people, and I understand what Cassandra and Willa is saying, but for some people, for the average person, $18,000, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And she's saying that she's having a hard time surviving off $18,000 a month with her and her 1 year and her 1 year old daughter. What does that say to you?
Willa did sum it up for you. Seeing that I'm a parent that was on the child support, and as they got older, I gave it to them. I let them have it. Whichever child was in need of something, they got the child support. That's what I did with it as they got older. But as kids, I made sure they had shelter. I made sure they had food because the food stamps didn't cover for the whole month. And I made sure they had lights, gas, and water. They had clothes on their back and they had shoes because that's what the child support is for. If you live in a lavish life and that's what you're used to, my brother raised my nieces on shrimp and lobsters and all of that seafood stuff that was very expensive back in the day. My mama said, you be careful how you raising them because when they get older, you have to keep that up. And so that's what's happening. They raising this 1 year old. She's used to living in this house. It costs money to live like this. And so you bringing this 1 year old up living like this. That's what's wrong with 50 Cent's son. They bought him up living like that, and nobody put structure in front of him. Your daddy worked for this. You got to go to work. You have to go to work for this. They didn't do that. So when they don't do that, this is the consequences you get, and this is what happens. And so, yes, she's used to living a certain way, and if it costs her $1,000 a week to live, and we're talking about a week. That's how bad her habit is. It's $1,000 a week. She used to buying that baby $300 tennis shoes at one. So they want to keep doing it. And he was there, and he was doing it. So now it has to keep going because you're no longer there. So you got to pay the cost to be a boss. That's what my mama said.
Wow. Hey, that's a lot. That's a lot. Let me see this again. Good morning, Mom. I see you watching over there, baby. I see you watching. Good morning. Love you dearly, baby. Thanks for watching. Let me go to Ibrahim. Ibrahim, you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, sir?
All right.
Now, she's saying, I know you heard the conversation. She's saying that she's having a hard time surviving off $18,000 a month. Marlon Wayne need to pay more money for her and her 1-year-old child. What do you say to that?
Well, justice is blind. In Islam, you're supposed to when you depart from your wife and all that, you're supposed to give the life that she was accustomed to.
Now they were not married. Now they were boyfriend and girlfriend. They were just doing they.
Oh, boyfriend and girlfriend.
They were doing grown folk activities.
Yeah. Well, she demanded. From the start, she demanded what was appropriate to what he could afford. You know what I mean? It's about the same thing now. Because just like I think one was saying about the lifestyle and all this, and that's true. If she was accustomed to having that type of lifestyle, well, of course, you got a lot of women that have babies just to pump a dude out as money. That's old school there. But it get to a point where if you do that, a person can prove that you're incapable of raising that child. Because you cannot keep your finances in order. When it comes to things like living a certain way, a lavish lifestyle, then you have to be if it's known that you can maintain such a lifestyle, then all of a sudden you just want to lay back and live off that lifestyle. Then that's debatable, because then you can't you're not raising that child correctly, or you can't afford or whatever. You have the mindset to raise that child. And I think this happened recently. I was listening to something not too long ago where that kind of thing happened, right? And then she almost lost it because they wouldn't give her the extra money, and they was going to take the child, or the husband, or they could take the child. And that was a big argument. That's been a big argument in several major cases. There's even been a case where I know years ago it was a kid that had committed a horrendous accident, and killed a bunch of people. And his defense was privilege defense, that he wasn't raised in a way that he had empathy of other people because he was raised as an elite. I forgot how the whole thing went, but he actually won that case because he did not have capacity. Kind of like a insanity defense on steroids or something like that. But that's the thing that I heard. I think one of them mentioned about raising a kid on lifestyle. Certain lifestyle that can't be maintained. And I remember there was a billionaire. I think he's still alive as a billionaire. And he asked him what he leaves for his kids and everything. And he told him, probably nothing. And the story about his daughter had got pregnant, and she wanted to have a whole new kitchen in the household. And then he comes back to her, say, why don't you think about getting a loan, right? And so they went to the sons and all that, which his dad had provided for us education, skill, contact, and knowledge, right? And he gave all of us a certain amount of money, and that was it, because we could do it on our own, right? And that's what was said, and that reminded me about things. But anyway, I think that we at instinct think that and nowadays a kid thinks because you had $1 million that you're supposed to spend all this money on them. The way we raise our children nowadays. I don't raise children, I raise adults. And I have a lot of problems with my children because they think they're entitled to something, right? And I remind them, about getting it on your own. because you can't depend on people like that. You have to try to depend on yourself, the ability and skill to do what you want to do.
Good
that's not the case now. We're raising people that still kids at 30, 40, 50 years old. And they're not being able to get out on their own. And so they go from that to the government, to society at large, and everybody owes them something to get something, and the whole past and everything is put in that. So no, I don't believe in that. But at the same time, if I have a wife or a living girlfriend or whatever, and I put in that type of lifestyle and everything, then by Islam, I'm required to, she has a child by me. I'm required to make sure that on our separation, that she has a lifestyle that she's accustomed to.
Good deal. Stay right there, Ibrahim. We got to keep it moving, brother. Stay right there. We got to keep it moving. Let me go to let me see who I said was gonna be up. Badger, you still with us? Badger might have stepped away for a minute. Kurt, talk to me, brother. Leonard, coming to you next. What do you say to this, Kurt? Does it make any sense to you?
No, and I'm gonna take it a step further. The reason why you have situations like the situation we're talking about right now is because the courts do not step up. The courts do not actually render decisions that is clear in thought. My words escape me right now, but if you're going to do that, then there should be some mandates connected to that money. If you're going to make me pay that kind of money, there should be some mandates connected to that money. Because let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. We're talking about reality. No 1-year-old child needs $18,000 to live every month. Let's just speak reality. If all you doing is surviving off of $18,000 a month, something wrong with you now.
Because in 31 days, 31 days, 18 more thousand is coming. 18 more thousand is coming.
Is coming. In 1 year, you can set up trusts, you can set up investment accounts, you can set up a slew of things that will be making you money, additional money, for 30 days out of a calendar month that has 31 days in it. So your money can be making you money while you sleep, while you out gallivanting, while you out doing a number of things. But you're telling me that $18,000 that this lady is saying, $18,000 a month, is not enough for her to survive off of. She's 700 pounds, right?
No.
Is she eating? Now, here's the other question. What was she doing before she met him? And how much of her money was he taking prior to them splitting up? How much money did she actually lose by dating him? I'm reminded of Jay-Z's agreement with Beyonce, right? Okay, in a roundabout way, I can see that. I'm going to pay you such amount of money every time we have a baby, because, baby, I understand that if you're pregnant, you can't go on tour. So you can't make no money. So now I have an obligation as your man to make sure that, you know what, you still on even keel with the money you would have made, right, while you was pregnant. Okay, I understand that. But come on, ladies. Let's exist in the realm of reality. Me personally, right? God bless the dead, my mom and daddy. There was a time when my daddy was a longshoreman. And my daddy was probably making about $60,000 or $70,000. This was in the late 80s, late 70s, early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was making probably about 60, in between 60 and 80,000 a year, right? If not more. We had a nice house. We had a lavish house, this, that, and the third. Woo, 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 woo. But then my daddy started, indulging. And he lost it all.
Mm-hmm.
We had to move back to the hood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My point is this. My mama was accustomed to living her means.
Mm-hmm.
So when we had to move back to the hood, it wasn't no stress on my daddy.
Yeah.
Girl, baby, sis, I'm sorry, man. I done lost that job. I done messed that job up. Okay, Curtis, we moving over here.
Mm-hmm.
But we had this house, Curtis. I don't have time to think about what we had.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, ladies. I get it. I get it. Like, okay, well, he shouldn't have did this. He shouldn't have laid
Wrap
with
it up,
her.
Curtis.
Well, she shouldn't have laid with him.
Yeah. Exactly.
She has the responsibility to.
Mm-hmm. Good
Come
deal.
on, y'all. 18,000, and then right here,
Wrap it up,
I'm just
Curtis.
going to end it right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wrap it up right here.
Mm-hmm.
The truth be told is, I think it's 44% of that payment don't even go to her; it go to the state.
Oh yeah. They could get the administrative fee. Yes, sir. Leonard, talk to me, brother.
I'm just listening. People, I'm not into the subjective. Everybody has their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
However, at $18,000 a month is, if I was to just think about that as it relates to the situation, it's probably pretty fair.
Mm-hmm.
For the situation that we're talking about.
So should she ask for a raise?
Excuse me?
Should she ask for that? Should she petition? Because the whole conversation is based on her petitioning to go get more money because she don't think $18,000 a month is enough.
Well, it depends on why she can petition for whatever she would like, but it's based on income, not on her expenses.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, for instance, in Georgia, you're expected to contribute at least about 12.5%. So let's say if you make $100,000 a year, that means around $12,500 or so should be allocated to per child.
Mm-hmm.
And in certain situations and things, of course, we know there are variances that would be more, but those things are negotiated.
Mm-hmm.
And so no, I don't sit there and think, that's way too much money. No, it's maybe too much money for you, but not for them.
Mm-hmm.
See, if the father is making $200,000 a month, his fair share in Georgia, according to child support up front, is 12.5%. Now, then you take that, what he's due up top, simply because of what he makes. Then there's those things related to child care expenses. What if private school is $5,000 a month? What about the house that the child lives in and the car that's used to transport them from place to place? What about karate lessons? What about all these other types of things that go into raising that child, that contribute to that child's outcome?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just the child. We're not talking about support for anything else. Now, what the mother uses it for, that could be up for debate, but then that's the father's job to go after that, to say, hey, I'm giving her too much. Let's look at these numbers again and how the money's spent. Everybody want more. Then there are also those people, like I heard it, like Judge Mathis always says, it ain't your money.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the child. So when you don't get the money that your child deserves, who loses? The child. I don't care if you get child support and put it in an interest-bearing account and don't give it to the child till he's 18 years old. The child is entitled to the income of the father.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care what nobody feels about it.
Mm-hmm.
You think you can just throw these women away as you see fit and these children? But
See, I don't think that's the issue though,
income,
Leonard. I don't think that's the issue because he is paying the $18,000 a month. So he's
right.
And so my thing is this,
because that's fair.
Yeah, well, that's debatable as well. But my thing is this right here. He's paying his.
It's not debatable. They debated it and it came out to 18.
Well, that again, I don't know how the situation played itself out, how they got to that point. I know that they do have a system, but
everybody gets to that point. They go through a common law. They add it up. Here's what you get, man.
Okay. So why, if that be the case, let's take it from that perspective right there. If that be the case, and they went through that process, why is she going back trying to get more money? She know what the system is. She know what the system has done the math. They've done the math, and they know this is what you're allocated. This is the amount of money that you're going to get. 18,000. Why is she going back trying to get some more money?
Well, as the child grows and the expenses change.
Well, if that be the case, then let the court determine that. You don't go back in there talking about you want more money.
That's why she had to go to the court to ask for it.
I don't.
I'm pretty sure she didn't walk in there and say. I'm pretty sure she didn't walk in the court and say she wanted to increase child support.
She did
because she'd rather have a new car.
No, she ain't. Come on, man. She ain't gonna make it that obvious. But at the same time, it says this.
No,
it
she
says
has probably some expenses with that go along with raising the child.
A 1-year-old child, Leonard. What kind of expenses that a 1-year-old child gonna need that's gonna exceed $18,000 a month?
Maybe she wants to establish a trust fund for the child.
Okay, that's something they need to talk about. That's outside.
Can I ask a question?
Hold on. Yeah, you can hold on for a second.
Ask one question?
Yeah, hold on for a second. Yes, you can, but hold on for a second. My thing is this right here. I don't. If she want to start a trust fund or something like that, that's a whole different ball of wax. That has nothing to do with the child support. That's something outside of that. And so, if you want to do something like that, then go forward. Go and let that conversation be had. You discuss it. Yes, no, or whatever. But the $18,000 is for child support. That's something different. Curtis, ask your question, brother.
Well, my question is this, brother. Why are we? I don't even think we realizing that we male bashing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think we realizing that.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we're doing, if we're listening to what's being said, right? We're assuming. We're placing an assumption on the situation that he is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. If you really listen to the conversation, it sounds like, this is what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like we're assuming that he's not even paying the $18,000. And that's not the truth according to what Raheem just said. Raheem is saying, hold on, y'all, he paying the $18,000.
Yeah.
What else is there? So my question is, if we going with, okay, the court said this and that's okay, well, the courts should step up and do more. There should be some type of oversight. You can't just award money like that. The government don't just give you money without having some oversight on it. So why is the court just awarding money without no oversight? Are you really thinking about the better interest of the child? Because with 18,000, you can do everything that we just talked about. You can set up a trust fund. I'm sorry you can't live in a $2 million home. Have you worked to earn a $2 million home? Have we even considered that maybe it's the reason why they broke up? Maybe she was a female Trump.
Maybe she should have been shackled.
Maybe that he was the consummate male and he walked in and caught her laying in bed with a New York Knicks.
Yeah.
We don't know, but it just sounds like, and I'm not like disagreeing with what anybody's saying because everybody got valid points. I'm saying my question is, why does it seem like we are automatically accusing him
of doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not sure of that assumption or where that came from, but based on child support, when I was speaking, less, he's obviously paying whatever the court ordered. So now this petition was for an increase in that.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Exactly.
my point. And that's my point. I think he's doing his part. He whatever they put out there on the table, that's what he's doing. She didn't say she was not getting the money. The money's coming, so he's paying his part. He's paying his part. So for her to go back and try to backdoor him basically and say I need more money, $18,000 is not enough money for me and my 1-year-old daughter. I don't get that. I don't get that. Yeah, go ahead, Cassandra.
Yeah, Raheem.
Yes.
You keep saying that, but we're not even, none of us on here that I know about are even in the same range financially as these people are.
Mm-hmm.
So we can think 18,000 ain't crap to some people
Mm-hmm.
a month. That ain't nothing. They spend that in a day sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So we are looking at it from our limited place because of where we are in the 18,000 sounds like, woo, that's a lot of money. No, it's not to a lot of people. It ain't nothing. So if she has, let's see, because we need to know, when we're talking about this stuff, we need to know, do you realize what child support can be used for? What does anybody here? I haven't heard anybody mention that. Rent, transportation, healthcare,
extracurricular activities.
Man, come on, man. There's so much stuff that's included in child support. And y'all keep saying, what is it, 1 month old? Well, the child has to have lights on in the house. The child has to get back and forth to wherever she needs to be. If it's child care or whatever. They have to have food in the house. The mother has to have rent so that there'll be shelter over the child's head. These people are living on a whole nother level than what we are. And that's male or female. I kept saying that. So I'm definitely not male bashing because from the onset, I said, whether it's male or female, they need to pay. It's women that do not have their children and they're behind should be paying child support. I've always said that. You got money coming in, you need to pay child support.
Mm-hmm.
So I want us to look at it from our vantage point because we have no clue what it is to live on a level with those people where they are. Now, some of us may have been there at one point. Most of us are not there right now. We don't know about having millions of dollars, making millions of dollars a year. Anybody on here making millions? Because I'm going to hit you up. Go ahead. Put it out
but
there.
See, my thing, hold on. My thing is this right here. Hold on. My thing is this right here. Hold on. My thing is this right here, though. And I understand, everybody making their own point, and that's good. That's what we do. We dialogue on here. But my thing is this right here. If a person is working at McDonald's and they paying $100 a month, and with a 1-year-old child as well, that child got the same responsibility. That child got the same wants, needs, and desires as this young lady that's making $18,000 a month. So
no, they don't. No, they don't.
Why they don't? The child got to eat. The child got to have lights on. I'm talking. No,
$6,000 a month. Rent may be $6,000 a month. This person may be paying $800, $900 a month for his rent working at McDonald's. Okay. You comparing apples to oranges. You can't do that.
And that's why somebody said, I think it was Willa that said that she may need to crank it back a little bit then, because if you got $18,000 a month.
Why did she have to crank it back?
Because maybe she can't afford it. Maybe she can't afford it
prior to that marriage.
Maybe she can't afford it.
That's what I was.
They're not married. They're not married.
That's not what the courts go by. The courts go by what has she been accustomed to. And women, we got to pay attention to this because if you get in a divorce, remember, it ain't going to be pretty most of the time. And you're fighting to make sure that your children have everything that they need. I'm not going back. If he had me living on a certain lifestyle while we were married, I'm not going back to my old lifestyle. Why should I have to do that?
I'm accustomed
So
to
wouldn't
this,
that be
and that's what
because
the court looks like.
because
No,
because
that's what the
because he
court.
oh because he
It's the
so
court.
so in that case and wow, you're not gonna go back to your old lifestyle. He came in, he met, he's like the knight in shining armor on a white horse and all this stuff. Come in, get you, take you out, and that's you, Cassandra. I'm just using it for conversational purpose. If the person was living in a project somewhere, and they meet and he take her over to this big fancy mansion, blah blah blah. She lived there, live with him for a couple of years or whatever. They split up based on something that she did. He's responsible for her to live that lifestyle for the rest of her life.
Hey, Raheem.
If a baby involved, dang Skippy, men need to learn how
Wow.
to keep your stuff where it belongs. And if you don't want children, protect yourself and don't have children. But if she don't need to go
I'm
back.
coming to you.
I ain't going back because
Wow.
you know.
Hey,
Wow. Go ahead.
Raheem.
Yeah.
I want to add, like, I'm with Miss Cassandra. That's why I went on to catch them people that let $250 for that vasectomy.
Okay.
Wow.
I can't believe
we're not gonna get together on this one.
Believe how in our communities, especially, let's just look at let's not even look at the 18.
Mm-hmm.
You making $100.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much your child deserves, according to the court. At least 12.5% off the top.
Yeah.
That's before we get to other things.
Mm-hmm.
So your 12.5 is 12.5, whether it's $1 million or it's 100.
Wow. Let me go to
Hey, Raheem.
hold on, everybody. Let me go to Friday. Friday been patiently waiting on. Friday, what's on your heart, sis? Talk to me.
Well, I just feel like this. There's historically, right? We can go all the way back. You're marrying up classes, right? Sometimes for some women that's subjective. I'm going to marry upper class. And I think in some situations they take a lot when they're in those situations so that they can maintain those lifestyles. But when you have a divorce, whatever the cause or reason is, right? Mm-hmm. Right, wrong, or indifferent, you know that what's on the table is a lifestyle change. Mm-hmm. Now, what the court appoints certain amount, you have to manage that amount to what your new lifestyle is, to the best of your ability. That doesn't mean that you don't work at all, never ever again, because whether you were in that relationship or not, whether there were children or not, you have to have one to live, you have to have food to eat, and you're going to need transportation if you choose not to rely on public transportation, depending on your environment and situation. Mm-hmm. So those things, at least half, minimally, needs to be coming out of your own economic ability of making money. Mm-hmm. Then you apply the remaining parts of it. Yes, childcare is expensive. Yes, I know. We a whole lot of our income used to before everything timed itself out to care, and then on the side, in addition, as a gift, because that's what the court sees it. Anything beyond what they mandate is considered a gift, and she can or cannot state that is such. So even for me, as a direct person of impact, we've given money in addition to what the court says to help support different activities that have come up that the child wanted to participate in, to help support senior things of that nature, because of the cost. But there's a responsibility on that woman and or man, not just kick their feet back and say, give me, and they're not providing the basics for themselves. That would be a shared environment for that child and or children.
Wow. 508-924-3521. This is a good one, y'all. What y'all think about this, man? She $18,000 a month, $18,000 a month, but she's saying she need more money because it's not enough. She's having a hard time providing for her and her 1-year-old daughter. She's having a hard time.
Raheem.
Yes.
Raheem. Okay. So I get what everybody's saying. It's making sense, right? We're addressing one side of a coin and not addressing the other. We're addressing one side of a coin and excusing the behavior of the other. Let me tell you a situation that I know about right now. And I'd love to hear especially what these women think.
I know of a situation right now. A young man is paying his child support faithfully, coming straight out of his income. Y'all take that. Boom, boom, boom. I'm cool. I'm good. The kids are living with him. Hold on. The young man has been progressing at his job, so he's been getting promotions. He's now making a really, really, really handsome salary. Call him back in to do I guess they call it a recap or whatever. I ain't never been on child support. You know what I'm saying? My wife,
like an income analysis, income analysis.
Yeah, a recertification, right?
Yeah.
Call him back in to do a recertification, right? He's making more money, so when they do the recertification and do the income breakdown, his child support rises. He not only have the kids living with him, but guess who else live in the house?
Don't tell me the mother.
The baby mother. So here's how this thing unfolds. The recertification, the rep slides the paperwork to the mother first. Is that good enough? Because both of y'all got to agree on the research. Is that good enough? She immediately says, "Yeah, that's perfect." Now they got to slide it over to him. So when they slide it over to him, he look at it and he blew a gasket, thinking that you're going to be honorable enough that we don't have to tell these folk about our personal business. But when you saw that elevation, is it okay to say, you know what? No, I don't need that much. I'm good. We can leave it at where it's at, or you can lower it because you're living in this man's house.
Yeah.
Rent free. I want to know who thinks that's right.
Cassandra?
I do.
Cassandra? Did we lose Cassandra?
I'm not answering that question. I've already made my statement.
But
whether it's male or female, listen, I ain't nothing else to add to what I said. Male or female, and I made it real plain. Male or female, if she goes back in front of the judge, not her, she ain't gonna make no decision. And Leonard was right. She ain't making not one decision.
But
she
Cassandra,
can't go up in there and say, I need y'all to give me more money.
But Cassandra, if in that scenario, if he's paying child support, kids and her is living in his house rent free.
It doesn't matter what you and I think, Raheem.
Wow.
It doesn't matter.
But right is right and wrong is
make
wrong.
Those calls. We don't make those calls.
The court don't know that she's living there.
Deems that she should have more money. Who are you and I to say that she shouldn't get more money?
But Cassandra,
we don't live in that plane that she lives on.
But Cassandra, the court don't know that she's living in this man's house and still charging him child support. The courts don't know that because he didn't divulge that information because he said, well, what Kurt said.
Why would he? Well, then think about this. Then he had some sorry lawyers because he could tell his lawyer, look, she living in my house. And woo, 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 and woo, woo, woo. All of that can be put in. Am I wrong, Leonard? Can they not present? Can his attorneys not present that in court? Come on, y'all.
Cassandra,
Many of us
Cassandra,
we do court stuff.
Cassandra. But what? But hold on. But what Kurt said was him and her had a conversation before they went, said they wasn't going to divulge their information about their living situation, their personal business and stuff like that. And they agreed on that. So they decided that they wasn't going to let people know that. But for her to almost stab this man in the back, they said that they weren't going to, they said that they weren't going to let nobody know about the situation. And now she's still trying to get more money.
About male bashing, but you know what you just did?
What's that?
What you've done repeatedly on this call?
What's that?
You have continuously stated how bad she is and what she's doing. But whatever has happened, let the courts decide. I'm not her judge. I'm not Marlon's judge. Let the courts decide. If they give her more money, God bless her. If they say no, we're going to keep it at $18,000, then she has to accept that. Ain't nothing. I mean, I just don't like.
I'm gonna tell you
for
something.
us to compare.
I'm gonna tell but see, my thing is, Cassandra, it doesn't
woman
matter.
Is and Marlon
Cassandra.
Wayans, the kind of money he making.
But Cassandra, I'm gonna say this. But I'm gonna say this. I don't care if it was a guy and the roles were reversed. I would say he was wrong. It doesn't matter if it's a male or female. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And so if it was a guy and he was in a situation like that and he's trying to get 18, he got the kids for whatever reason, and he's trying to get more than $18,000 a month with a 1-year-old child, I'm gonna say I'm gonna get on his behind because he's wrong. So it doesn't to me it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We can take Mary J. Blige and we won't even talk about that. That boy ran that girl through the ringer.
And he was wrong.
That boy ran that girl through the ringer. Almost made her lose her mind.
And he was wrong. I talk to the cows. I talk to the cows come home that he was wrong. Just like I'll talk about this young lady I don't care whether it's a male or female. It don't matter to me. It don't matter whether it's a male or female. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You could be wrong as a male. You could be wrong as a female. And I'm going the way I see
Why are you saying she's wrong though? Can you let the courts decide whether she's wrong or not?
Well, I'm getting
you don't know her.
Cassandra,
you don't know.
Cassandra,
none of us on here.
Cassandra, what we say on here, everybody,
I don't know what's
everybody
going on
have
in
their own opinion. Cassandra,
why she would even go and ask for more money.
Cassandra,
I don't know that, and none of us do, unless we've had access to the court records.
Cassandra, listen to me, Cassandra. Listen. My thing is, we say the same thing on here pretty much every day. Everybody got their own opinion. Everybody have the right to have their own opinion. I have, just like I give everybody their right to have their own opinion. Don't I have the right to have mine as well? My opinion
is because
I don't have the right.
You're neutral. You say you don't have any. Now that's what you said.
Okay.
I'm just a question asker. That's what you always say.
I say that all the time, about 4 or 5 times a day. Absolutely. But my thing is in this particular instance right here, I'm voicing my opinion, which I normally don't do. But don't I have a right to have one too, though? If I want to voice it?
Nope, because you the question asker.
Lord Jesus. Somebody was about to say something. Lord Jesus.
I'm throwing it back at him. I'm throwing it back at him. Just what you say.
Huh?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know about the state of Georgia. I don't know what their rules is in the state of Georgia. But in the state of Maryland, when you go before for research, whoever's getting the money has more power. The state of Maryland and South Carolina, you have more power than people tell you that you have. Because in the state of Maryland, you can literally tell that magistrate, "Oh, nah, you know what? I want to drop this." Or you can tell them, "No, you know what? He's paying enough. We good." You have a choice. So it's not a situation where the courts say, "This is what it is," and then you just got to get up, you take that and leave. That's why if the courts say, "Okay, you can get $700 a month," if you don't think that is right, you have a right to appeal that. You have a right to appeal that and then show the grounds for why you're appealing, saying it's not enough, I need more.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I don't know what the law is in Georgia, but it's not a simple thing of, okay, the court said this, and this is what you're going to be awarded. No, I actually used to work for child support. I worked there for about 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that type of deal, because if that's the case, if I'm married to Cassandra and we got kids, and Cassandra says, "I want child support," and she go in there and she tell them that she only make $1 a month,
and they award her $2,000 a month because she make $1 a month, and it says, okay, that's what it is. Boom, get out my courtroom. She just lied to the courts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where problems come in, because a lot of people are going sat down and they'll lie about their incomes so that they can minimize what they have to maximize what they can get.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
A good example of that, Raheem, and maybe he should have followed his lead. But y'all remember Reggie Miller, right?
Yeah.
Y'all remember what Reggie Miller did?
I don't.
When his wife filed the petition for divorce, before the ink dried, Reggie Miller got everybody in the locker room together and said, look, hey y'all, I'm gonna give y'all some money. I need y'all to promise me that you're not gonna blow this money I'm gonna give you. I need you to hold it for me. So guess what he did, right?
What's that?
Reggie Miller went and cleared his bank account, wrote checks to everybody in the locker room, so that by the time they got to the court, and the judge said, look, I need to see the bank accounts. When the judge looked at the bank accounts, guess what? Wasn't no money in the accounts, brother.
Wow.
The only money that was in accounts was the money that the accounts that had his and her name on it.
Mm-hmm.
But his private accounts, he had no money in it.
Mm-hmm.
After the divorce was final, then everybody in the locker room who he gave money to, who he wrote these checks to, they in turn cut him a cashier's check back to then put back in his account.
Kurt.
So like, I get it.
Kurt, I'm gonna tell you something.
I get it.
Kurt, I'm gonna say, I gotta say this to you. I walked down the middle of the street, man. I got to say this. That was wrong too, bro. He was wrong. He was wrong.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it was right.
Yeah, he was
I'm
wrong.
not saying it was right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it was right, right here.
Yeah.
That please.
Yeah,
Forgive
I understand.
me if that's how I came across.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Forgive me. I'm just saying that in certain situations, we have to understand that, that same what's the word I'm looking for? That same trifling behavior
mindset
can be on both sides.
Yeah.
On both sides of the you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he was totally wrong for something like that. Hold on, Kurt. He was totally wrong for something like that, man. Because, like I say, they built that money together, and if he had money set aside, a personal account or something like that, it's joint. That's a joint. Whether it's his name, her name, it doesn't matter. She should have had right to that money as well, because they built that money it's called the community, and that money was built in the community. So she is entitled to that money too. So he was, to me. He was, and I'm it don't matter. Like I say, it don't matter whether it's a man or a woman. It don't matter. You're wrong. You're wrong. He was wrong. He was totally wrong. He was totally wrong.
Totally wrong.
Absolutely, totally wrong. And I'm not gonna sit here and say, I'm not gonna bash one way or another. I'm gonna bash both ways. You're right, wrong is wrong. If I see it as being wrong, I'm gonna say that. Tucson, talk to me.
Well, y'all was at it. Boy, I listened to this up and said, "Oh Lord, they getting really ticked off about other folks' money."
Other folks' money.
Ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm back out of that.
Hey, Tucson. So basically, what you're saying is everybody getting angry over somebody's money that they can't go and buy a piece of bubble gum with.
Not now one. It ain't gonna make no difference to what you say, do. So calm down.
Yeah.
Just calm down. I know one thing though. Most of the time, not saying that this is it, when a man is paying his due, whatever his income is, if a woman sees that the man got another woman, she going back to sleep.
Wow. Wow.
Now run and tell that.
Lord Jesus. Okay. Willow.
Yeah, I was just sitting back listening and laughing. I'm like Tucson. It's like talking about somebody else's household.
Mm-hmm.
But reality though, for real, when it comes to child support and how the court manages it, is based on a percentage. And so everybody, and talk about the guy that Kurt was talking about Is he awake? Is he asleep? What's going on? Is he walking around numb? Because everything what Kurt knew about him, he knew about himself.
Mm-hmm.
So if he wanted to change something, he could have changed something on his own. They had nothing to do with our opinion on what we wanted for him. He already knew what was going on factually in his life. So I said that to say this, Raheem, in everybody's household, everybody. Because a man that's poor would say what you make is too much for you.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is everybody got to control and manage their own household, period.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you allow yourself to go before the legal system, now you put other folks in your financial business. And see, you should think about those choices before you make them. But we don't. That's why we wind up the way we do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's on my heart right here.
Exactly. K with E, talk to me. K, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Talk to me.
I'm here. I was listening. I was trying to tell my daughters, my granddaughter's great. We talking about this child support. She done went to school and they ain't giving her credits. I'm upset right now because my daughter want to go fight for her credits. But I'm going to go fight for them. But anyway, with the child support thing, though, I'm like, whoever said, no people ain't even going to send us a donation. Somebody probably done told them they was talking about y'all on this talk show. It was on Facebook. It was this, it was that. They glad they made the news and somebody talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, in real life, because people are listening and they're dealing with this, that's why we're talking about it, because they're literally dealing with it in their own life. And if you're taking that child support and you're not taking care of your child, you have to deal with that child when that child gets older. You know how many men pay child support and the raggedy women don't even tell the child, your daddy been sending me child support? That child grew up thinking my daddy ain't nothing. My daddy ain't doody why. Mm-hmm. He ain't dookie squat.
Yeah.
Come to find out, your mama wasn't dookie squat. Your daddy was the stuff though. He paid all the child support.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Your mama chose to get her hair and nails done, eyelashes. She chose not to buy, shoes and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of young men say, I ain't buying no shoes. They take child support. I'm not doing none of that. They take good child support. Mm-hmm. So the kids miss out all the way around the board.
Yep. Yep.
And I know some men, they got women on child support as well. So it do go for both.
Mm-hmm.
It literally goes for both.
Absolutely.
And the men go to court because they want more money. Because as those kids get older, they require more money.
I'll tell y'all one thing. This has been a temperature tester today. This has been a temperature tester Thursday. That's what this has been. It's been a great broadcast. Anybody got anything else before we get out of here? Leonard, talk to him. I know you got some more. I know you got some. Go ahead, Friday.
I just wanted to say, not to stir the pot more, but why is it that it's okay for in a divorce or a separation where child support is a thing that has to occur, that the woman can deplete the man to nothing, even though they came into their something, and it be okay?
Say that one more time. Make sure I'm clear on what you're saying. Say it one more time for me.
Why is it that the woman is able to deplete the man to nothing, even though they came into their something, and then that's okay?
I thought this was. I have. Whoa, that's good. That's good. That's good. Go ahead, Kurt. Leonard, coming to you next. Hurry up, quick version, Kurt. We got to get out of here. Leonard, coming to you next. Go ahead, Kurt.
I don't have nothing to say, bro. Nisi just put out some powerful information. Something things that make you go,
Good deal. Leonard?
I just think, let me say this. I just think that irregardless to what is going on, every single one of us are governed or should be governed by morality, by a moral code, right? That's just what I believe. And certain things we doing is not based on morals or values or anything like that. It's solely based on what I can get out the next person.
Leonard?
Pause. Sin costs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to do sin, you're going to have to pay them costs. So when you're doing what you want to do and making decisions, you understand there's consequences for those decisions. Every man needs to understand this. I think I made the comment before. If she got 3 of them over there by somebody else, what make you think you special? That's why she slept with you in the first place. But you had your chest stuck out when it was working out in your favor. Sin costs.
But see,
so don't bring morality in it after if it wasn't there in the first place. If you want to get right, you get right. There's no such thing as the man being depleted from child support because you can't take away from what you don't have. I know men, like I say, sometimes my mother used to say, you're going to lay in that bed at least 18 years, brother. At least 18. So you better be a lot smarter when you pull it out.
See, and my thing is this right here. I don't want to be in a situation whereas I'm doing the same thing in reverse. And the reason why I say that is this. A lot of times they brought a lady to Jesus that was committing the form of adultery. They brought her to Jesus alone. Did not bring the person that she was committing adultery with. He's out there running around probably committing adultery with somebody else at the same time. It goes both ways. Just like he's laying down with her, with him, and they both have responsibility. And so you can't negate one without shining the light on the other. The light, if you go in a dark room together, you turn the light on, the light gonna shine on both of you. It's not gonna just shine on one person. The light's gonna shine on both people. That's all I'm saying. And like I said, it doesn't matter whether it's the man or the woman or whatever. I'm just gonna what I think is right. I got my opinion. I could be totally wrong. I've been wrong before. Probably gonna be wrong again before God called me home. But at the same time, I still have my opinion. And if along the course of the conversation my opinion changed, I'm not too cocky, arrogant, or nothing to say, well, y'all showed me something. I was thinking wrong about this. I don't have a problem with that. But I do have a problem with the light shining on just one person when there's 2 people in the room. I have a problem with that. Willow.
Raheem.
Yes, ma'am.
Great conversation.
Absolutely.
Awesome conversation this morning. A lot of meat. A lot of meat. You know what? It did what I do believe, that it made people think about the choices that they make now, hopefully in relationships, and laying down with some people just because of the flesh, the sex, the desires.
Come on.
Because she's pretty. Because she's built. You know what I mean? Hopefully, it gave some people, come on now, it gave some people time to look at their relationships and say, you know what, I need to do something different. Maybe I need to let her go or him go. I don't know, Raheem, but today was a good show.
Praise God. To God be the glory. And I'm going to tell you something, man. That big butt baby hair and a smile done got a lot of people in trouble. Big butt baby hair and a smile. It done did it. You know? I'm just going to be honest, man. I'm just going to be honest, boy. Ooh. Leonard, you got to admit now that big butt baby hair and a smile done got people in trouble now. Leonard?
And I'm not saying this today, Raheem. Trust me. I've been like this all my life, man. And consequently, my mother raised me like this. You do whatever you think is bad enough to do. Trust me, I ain't gonna stop you from doing nothing. But can you pay the consequences?
Exactly. Yeah. Then
3 and 4 kids, brother, gonna cost you. No, I don't have no sympathy for your 15% of your income when I'm giving 100 of mine.
Yeah. Wow. That's good. Tucson, talk to me, man. Big butt, baby hair and a smile. Oh, Tucson just hung up. Lord Jesus. I thought I was going to get him. He liked talking about that big butt, baby hair and a smile. But Cassandra, Have you ever seen a situation where that big butt baby, or in your case, 6'4", 200 pounds of steel muscles and dog skin and all that stuff? Cassandra, can that get you in trouble?
Yes, it can. but you have to participate in the trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, is it my turn?
Go ahead. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I want to state this for the record. I have never. No, I'm serious.
Okay.
I have never taken my children's father to court.
Mm-hmm.
2 children, 2 baby daddies. I have never taken them to court. You know why? And I could have gotten good money from one of them because he was in the military. We were married. He was in the military. So I could have had benefits and everything. Never once, because I felt, this is just me, if you don't want to be responsible for your own children, ain't no way I'm going to take you in front of a court. Now, sometimes I feel bad that I didn't do that for my children's sake, but I took care of my children without their help ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. Because my thing was, if a white man has to, or a black judge, have to tell you to take care of your child, you ain't much of a man as I thought you were.
Exactly. Wow. Good deal. And on that note, we're about to get out of here for today, man. It's been a great broadcast. We're going to be back with you tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, if God say the same. But Cassandra, somebody listened to this broadcast today and they joined it late. They said, man, they got some fire today. I wish I could hear it and hear it in its entirety. Is that possible?
It is absolutely possible for them to hear the show and hearing its entirety. They can tune in at dkmmediagroup.com at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have missed any part of the show and would like to hear it in its entirety, tune in to dkmmediagroup.com, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Good deal. Anybody got anything else we want to say before we get out of here real quickly? Okay. Willow!
Raheem.
Let me say it again. Willow!
Raheem!
Are you ready?
Raheem,
yes.
I am so ready. I'm ready to receive God's words. Come on, Raheem. Let's go.
Well, Willow, since you said it like that, and I believe you're very serious, I ain't got one more thing to say to you, Willow. And you know what that is? Willow, let's go.
Amen. Father, we just thank you for waking us up. Just allowing us to be on one accord, agreeing with one another, enjoying one another today. Father, I thank you for the joyful spirit that you've given each and every last one of us. We know that these are life struggles and problems, but Father, we believe that you have your hand in it all. We believe that you give us the wisdom and the guidance that we need to make the right choices. The only thing we have to do is just be obedient. Be obedient to the word and your instructions. And we know that it will all pan out to a victory because we trust you in the end. We thank you, Lord, and we honor you, and we praise you this morning, and we lift you up. Thank you for the meat that you've given us. The Bible says to taste and see that the Lord is good. Thank you. Thank you, Lord, for your meat that you've given us, Lord. Father, I'm asking you to touch each and every last one that's on this line. We don't know the struggle. We don't know what they're going through. Father, you know, because you're all-knowing, all-powerful, and all-present. We thank you, Lord. Thank you for looking at our hearts, not looking at the outside, how man judges each other. Father, we thank you for looking at the inside. Yes. You look way past all our faults, and you see our needs. We thank you in advance. Father, we're asking that you stand before us as we go before a judge. That you be there in the hospital as we go there for surgeries and procedures. Father, we thank you in advance, Lord. We honor you. Lord, we glorify you. Thank you for the morning flow, Lord. Thank you for the successful show that you established through the obedience of Raheem. Thank you for his family, for allowing us to have the time that we spend with him each and every last day. We honor you. We glorify you. We lift you up in praise. In Jesus' name. Amen, amen, amen.
Amen. It's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. More than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your morning. And let me ask y'all a question. Are y'all interested in doing the pledge today? Nobody said nothing. Nobody want to do the pledge today. Well, I'm going to do the pledge.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all want to do the pledge? Okay. Here we go. How they say, if all hearts and minds are clear, let me start the pledge. I will take this day.
I'll take this day.
And be the best that I can be.
And be the best that I can be.
Do the best that I can.
Be the best that I can.
And help as many people as I can to do the same.
To help as many people as I can.
To do the best.
I promise to do this with love.
I promise to do it with love.
Compassion. And the grace of God.
And the grace of God.
Giving him all the honor.
Giving him
all the honor.
All the praise.
All the praise.
And all the glory.
And all of the glory.
In the name of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
In the name of Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Amen.
That is our pledge. That is our pledge, y'all. And we want to make sure that each and every one of you that's listening, that's a part of it, that say that pledge with us and let that be your driving force for this day. And when I say this day, I mean this day and every day moving forward. Do the best that you can. Be the best that you can. Someone out there needs you. Someone out there needs you. And you could be the difference maker. You may need somebody else out there. You want to make sure that they be the difference maker. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your morning. It is now 10:29. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And then we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other. And please, please, please be blessed. Give somebody some love and truth. They would appreciate it, and I'm sure that you will as well. See you tomorrow morning, if God say the same. Love you. Stay blessed. Peace.